right, welcome back to the IMNerd podcast. I'm your host, Frayway. I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Kenny.
Yes, sir.
And today we have a returning special guest, an optional boss on our Patreon. That is the highest tier you could possibly be. We have our boy, one of our longest supporters, my good friend, Quest, is here. And he is here to talk about the remaining episodes of Invincible Season 3. So that's episodes 5 through 8. But we're really going to be talking about the entire season as a whole, because now we can just freely talk about everything that we've seen. We don't have to really dance around anything. Also, we don't have to speculate, except past the season, of course. But we don't have to speculate within the season anymore. We know, we got a confirmation that Angstrom Levy was the guy that we saw in the chair. Other things about what's going on with the Viltrumites, things like that. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Fuck, I'm an Angstrom hater.
Me too, bro. And this season, so I liked him last season though. I thought.
Yeah. Same.
I thought his arc wrapped up. I did.
Yeah.
I think that they introduced
last
him.
season, I thought he was a well-written character. Like, I mean, there was the one aspect about him that I thought was stupid, that it was his fault. But a lot of villains, a lot of not even just villains, a lot of people, they make mistakes in their own life and they find every excuse to blame someone else. So even that's not too unbelievable.
Well, it happened. It actually happened this season with the guy who he deep fried his fucking child,
his family. Yeah, oh my god,
bro, Kenny, I could not believe. What's that guy's name? He had a super villain name. Powerplex, bro.
I have that episode running in the back right now.
Speaking of somebody who calls their own affliction but won't take accountability for it, because a lot of villains, like Kenny was bringing up, a lot of villains are like that. When I think about it, they have these weird victim complexes about them, where it's like, woe is me. And the reason why I'm giving everyone else hell is because woe is me. But it's like, bro, I get it. You did have a hard time. What you have to realize is that everyone on the planet has had a hard time in some way. I promise. Everyone has a sad story. Everyone has a sad story. But you know what? People don't just go out and fucking mass murder because they have a sad story, or they don't go out and become a maniac and go after one person and blame them for all of their problems in the world. He deep fried his family and then got up and was like, "You did this," and I could not believe it.
He was like, "This is your fault."
He was like, "Look at what you do. Everywhere you go, there's just destruction and death." I'm like, "Bro, you literally just deep fried your family. He did not do that." So
it was so crazy. But yeah, so Angstrom last season, I liked him a lot. I thought he did well, but then it felt as though his story concluded.
And I thought that his story was good the way it concluded, because Mark killed someone, and that had a lot of weight to it in this season because it kept being used against him. Both Cecil and Oliver, his little brother, used it against him. And I think that the way they use it against him, which I brought up in the first part of this podcast, like episodes 1 through 4, about the themes, and one of the themes of this season, I think, being hypocrisy and just being a hypocrite. I think that's a big part of this season, is just being a hypocrite. And so while he's trying to teach his little brother what not to do, his little brother is like, well, first of all, humans kill each other all the time, and you've killed someone too, and I'm just trying to help. And if we let these people go free, they're going to kill more. So what's the problem? And then Cecil's like, yo, we can rehabilitate murderers. And it's just a whole thing about being a hypocrite. I love it. I think that part of the season is good. I will say, I want to get this out the way now. I do have a lot of gripes now that this whole season is over. I do. I think this is the weakest season of Invincible so far. I think if I had to rank them, I think 1 and 2. Oh
shit. Quest has the full on PogChamp face, but not in a good way. You know what I mean? It's like open mouth. I can't believe you just said that.
Okay, to be fair, the last 3 episodes of the season are the best of... The last 2 are the best of the series for me. The last 3 were the best of this season.
I mean, when Conquest is conquesting, that shit is I'm down to watch Conquest fucking get in someone's booty hole. He got real close to the mic and was like, "I'm so lonely."
That part was so psychopathic.
That was not in the comics.
That shit was crazy.
They elongated that fight. So when he does the
awesome.
little heart,
I love what they did with it.
Crazy.
It was awesome.
The little heart in space. That was not in the comics.
Making a heart out of blood, freezing it, and then plucking it.
That shit was nuts.
He was tripping. Conquest was fucking tripping.
I think they wanted to show that he was full on mentally unwell. I got full on mental patient right there when he started doing that stuff and just the way he talked. But back to the point about I think that the seasons 1, 2, and 3 are in order for me in terms of how good I think they are. I think season 1, I've yet to see something in Invincible that compares to the relationship between Mark and Omni-Man. I don't think, and also the fucking plot twist of episode 1 of the show, period. Like the pilot episode, I've yet to see something in this show that is just straight up better than like, look at what they had to do to mimic our power, him holding his son up to the train. Like, I know that Conquest beat his ass too, but Omni-Man, this is at a time where Mark didn't even know how to really fight. Mark didn't come into his powers fully yet, and Omni-Man OD'd on his son, bro, and killed, apparently we found out, 2,200 and something people while teaching his son a lesson. So like, I really, really, really strongly feel that season 1 is still the best season. I think season 2 is the second best. And then I feel like this season, after seeing it in its entirety, had the weakest like storyline overall. And I think not as cohesive as the other seasons felt. Like even episode 8, it just kind of came out of nowhere to me with Conquest showing up after, like, conveniently right after they dealt with what I thought was going to be like the major thing of the season, which was the Marks showing up from Angstrom. Like, Mark had to deal with literally 20 something copies of himself, and they destroyed the world. Like, they just went around destroying every major place that you could name, like Paris, Japan. I saw everywhere. They just destroyed the world, and they were like, yeah, Mark is going to be the face of that.
I mean, I agree. My thing is, like, for the most part, I think the general plot threads of the entire season I like a lot. I think this season, for me, becomes infinitely better if Angstrom is dead at the end of season 2.
Yeah.
If Angstrom's not in this season, and there's not this plot where Angstrom comes back, and then he brings all the Mark Graysons, I'm fine with there being a plot of all of these Mark Graysons that you got to fight. I'm fine with that. But the way it was implemented here, with Angstrom somehow getting all of these Mark Graysons to like listen to him, and then like, you know, have control of them, and then like able to easily dispatch of them and send them to another place, and then just him being alive, period. Something, and I said this in the last episode, and it's like more true here. I'm tired of the fact that literally nobody dies.
Yep.
It's impossible for people to die, except for, and this is like a common trope in fiction, and the way it's implemented here is frustrating because it's a double-decker. Rex in this season finally starts to get character development. He finally starts to become a more interesting character, and he grows. And Rex becomes more interesting in this season.
And likable, finally.
And more likable. As soon as he starts to become more interesting and his character grows, he dies. Like, and so many shows use that trope where like a character turns around, they get all this growth, they become more likable, and then they just die right afterwards. So that they just start to make you like them and then kill them, and you're like, what the fuck? So it's just frustrating because like that happened, but that alone wouldn't be frustrating if it wasn't on top of the fact of, you mean to tell me I watched 30 people in this season get kill shotted, none of them died, but Rex died? It's just like, it's just like, once again, they showed how Angstrom survived in season 2. And by the way, they showed his head. His brain matter is like a puddle.
Yeah.
And somehow he's able to like crawl through a portal, and then like he has doctors in another portal to save him. That makes sense. But the fact that he was alive to go through the portal doesn't, like, they showed his body, they showed the puddle of a head. And then at the end of the season, he does the same thing to Conquest. Conquest's head is like the brain matter. I was thinking that
too. Like, how are you going to do the exact same thing?
And now Conquest is still alive too. Like, he's in the basement with Cecil. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, they don't. If they want to keep these characters alive, why are you showing their brain matter being smashed upon the fucking pavement like that, Kenny?
I don't want that.
Why is their brain?
So crazy.
You can leave Conquest and Angstrom Levy alive if you don't literally have their fucking skulls turned into mashed potatoes. Like, I would be fine with it because I'd be like, okay, well, we didn't see them really get killed. We watched Angstrom get killed. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what at the end of the season when he was beating on that man and he was covered in blood, we watched Angstrom die. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
It's no different in the comics. I'll say that much.
He brutalized them the same way?
Yes. So in the comics, it's a double page spread of Mark just headbutting Conquest to death, right?
Yeah.
Well, death.
Yeah.
So that was...
I did love that, by the way. He was just like,
so
my leg is broken, my arms are fucked up, and he just started fucking headbanging.
So, like, fuck, it gets really annoying, and I wish I could tell you more. I will say, though...
No more,
deaths do start mattering later.
Eventually, yeah. I mean, it's... Because it's weird, because in season 1, it feels like death matters.
Yeah.
But then season 2... it feels like death matters until the end of the season when you realize it doesn't, and everybody that you thought died is alive. And in season 3, they double down on that, where it's like even the people that you really, really thought were dead are still alive.
You know, whole Guardians of the Globe died last season.
More people, and it's like, What the heck?
In the comics, I wasn't able to read all of it because I didn't find my Volume 2 compendium until like last night. I think I remember Rex getting some character development, but shrinking Ray in the comics was not only a man, the character died when they got swallowed by the Lizard League.
Oh, shit.
So they retcon their death in the show, and then they're also a girl, and they had a relationship with Rex.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the relationship. I like where they were going. Wonderful. I like how they're trying to like they're like she was like, I kind of want to be normal. I want to go shopping. Like,
yep. She's like, I quit my job. I didn't lose my powers. Like,
yeah, like
I'm not defenseless. It was like, don't act like I'm in here. Someone's going to come in the apartment and fucking rob me or something. Like, I will just fucking shrink and kill them. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. So my friend Gideon and I would text like every week about the episode, right? And you know, we thought it was cool. Like, oh, cool, they're gonna give them a relationship. But we knew what was coming because we've read it.
Oh, you knew that Rex was going to die, you're saying?
Oh, God, yes. And that's why I cried. I cried like a fucking baby. I was like, please don't do my boy dirty.
You know what's crazy?
You've changed so much.
So I will say this, and this is not the fault of Invincible. It's kind of the fault of another show being so fucking good that came out very recently that had the exact same type of death, and that's X-Men 97 last year.
Yeah.
X-Men 97 last year was one of the best animated shows I've ever seen, right? That season was fucking insane. It really went there. I can't wait for it to come back. Great show. We reviewed it and everything. But in that show, one of the best parts was when Gambit saved everybody by fucking blowing up himself and a bunch of the Sentinels. And when Rex got grabbed and he said, I have one more thing to explode, he did the Gambit thing. Rex is, before this season especially, Rex is not like that likable for me to really care. They did work on him a lot this season that made me care about him way more, but it wasn't. I think if he died next season, I would have been more inclined, because I felt like he's like Kenny said, his storyline was finally going somewhere. I like the whole apartment thing. He said, how come I don't help? She said, oh, if you help me, we could break in my new bed or whatever. He's like, how come I don't help people move in more often? That stupid shit right there, that stupid ass line, bro. When I tell you that line had me dying, because that makes no sense at all. Everyone that you help move is not going to let you help break in their fucking bed. Like, that is not the offer. If Kenny says, can you help me move to my new apartment? It doesn't mean that we're going to fucking break in his new bed. But Rex saying, how come I don't help people break in their bed? How come I don't help people move in more often? I just was like, this guy is a fucking idiot. Like, I don't understand how dumb.
That's the thing, man. It sucks because like he just started getting more likable and his character is developing, and then he dies. And it's the thing that makes it double frustrating is that like that it's like that, and it's like I wanted to see more of that character, and then maybe if he died next season, it would hurt more.
Yeah.
But then the double frustrating part is that he's the only death. Like if 7 people died this season, I'd be like, okay, this is the kind of show it is. You know what I mean? Like 7 people died. But the fact that I watched 30 people get brutalized.
You really did watch 30 people die,
Rex,
but like, not die. Yeah, I think the one that shocked me, and this, I don't think that they could have like actually killed this character off, but when I tell y'all, I was on my exercise bike in my living room when Conquest killed Adam Eve.
Oh yeah.
When I tell y'all, because I don't know how Invincible does this to me. Usually this doesn't work on me very well with shows. I just believe every death that I see on Invincible until they just reverse it. So like, well, like I guess it's because of how animated they show the deaths. They don't do like subtle shit where it's like, oh, maybe he's still alive even with like a hole in him or something. They do. I fucking broke half your face off. That's her jaw. Her jaw was hanging off of her fucking face, and he put his whole arm through her body, and her entrails were hanging out.
Innards were out.
He disemboweled Adam Eve and then threw her to the fucking ground. And I was like, oh, she's actually dead. Like, you couldn't tell me on that bike when I slowed down. Like, I slowed down biking. I could not believe. I was like, oh, he just killed one of the main characters. Like, she's fucking dead. There's nothing. I was like, he was calling for Cecil, and my mind was like, there's no way she's coming. Like, she's actually dead.
And then, dude, it was real quick. I just want to say on the Cecil thing, it was so funny because while we were watching it, we were also saying like, well, somebody was like saying like Cecil, like where, like Cecil, hurry up and get there, like come on. And then Connie was like, Cecil ain't going there. Like, like Conquest is right there. Like Cecil ain't going to show up while he's there. Like Conquest got to go over there a little bit. Like he's got to move away. Like I'm not teleporting in while that fucking guy is there. He's gonna get up in my booty hole and tell me he's lonely. Like fuck you.
Yeah, he was sadistic as fuck. I mean,
oh god, yeah.
Cecil,
he lives for the Conquest.
Yeah, they changed his name to something that he said, I don't even have a real name like the other Viltrumites. My name is just a thing that I do.
Yes.
So that whole monologue, like they added to Conquest's character, like that whole "I'm so lonely" thing, that's not in the comics. Eve actually doing something in the fight, that's not in the comics.
Really?
When yes. So when she shows up in the comics, leg broken and all, she doesn't look cool. It's just her basic fucking outfit, whatever. She gets zero dipped in no fucking time.
Wow.
Like shows up.
She did really good against him, actually.
I'm happy she did something because me and Frazier were talking about how like she's broken. Also, oh my god, it annoyed me because the show does awesome shit and then it frustrates me because Cecil's telling her like you're injured, you can't go. You just lost to Mark Grayson from another dimension. This thing is way stronger. And then she says, Cecil, I control matter. Like she explains to him, and I'm like, yeah, I know. You don't do that. You fucking put up pink walls. You don't do the shit.
Yeah.
Like you don't do the control molecules thing. And then she showed up and Conquest flew at her and he slowed down and she was like, I increased the density of the air around you. I was like, yo, I need her to be doing that all the time.
So it's so crazy.
Doesn't even come close in the comics. That never happens.
It's so crazy that Kenny and I in the first half of this season, I went on an entire I brought it up. I went on an entire thing about how Eve needs to be ridiculous because in my head, if I'm a good writer, her power should scale past a lot of people, including just Viltrumites. I'm sorry, it should. She has the type of power that is reality warping. It's not physical. It's not about how you can punch the planet and destroy it. Her power is matter manipulation. That is Doctor Strange. That is fucking Dr. Manhattan. That is people like that. She should be able to atomize a Viltrumite at some point. And what I really liked of what the writers did, they clearly are thinking the same thing, that she should start scaling where she can fight Viltrumites. One, because the story needs it, I think. Like, it's going to a war with the Viltrumites. There's not many left, but it's going to a full-out war. You're going to need people who can actually fight them. Eve should be able to fight, maybe not Conquest, who's the strongest one ever, but she should be able to beat, like, a Nissa. Like, it would have been cool to see the two girls fight, and she, gets the best of Anissa, but she, like, loses a limb or something, and then we find out that she can bring her body parts back. I like that her death got reversed because it makes sense for her ridiculous power that I think she should have. So hers wasn't the most outlandish when she came back to life. I was like, oh, she's having a Phoenix Force moment. And I knew when she lit up, I said, oh, this bitch is about to be a problem. I was like,
I fully agree.
I was like, I don't know where this is going, but I know where this is going because she glowed completely. And I said, she is about to be a fucking problem. Does that happen in the comics, Quest?
Yes. So that moment happened. And it's just as insane. It's just as cool. It's basically the exact same thing happens. She does her, unibeam moment and then dies all over again.
Yeah, she fizzles out after that, which, is fine. But she held her own in that moment when she came back. I was happy. I was very pleased. She finally got a moment where I feel like she contributed to the fight because outside of the side villains that I don't really care about, like the dragon, when they fought that Chinese dude that can like...
Oh my God.
He like...
Weakest episode of the season.
Yeah.
I did not like that episode.
Honestly, probably one of the weakest episodes of the show, to be honest. But like, and this is, I don't know, going back to my point about the season as a whole, that whole arc, that little arc seemed random. Now, I think in the grand scheme of Invincible, when it's all said and done, 4 seasons later or whatever, 3 seasons later, however many it's going to take, I think that some of the things they set up in that episode might pay off later on because that's kind of how the show operates. But
the show does a lot, even from season 1. Like, for example, the fucking brain things from Mars, they weren't in the season at all until the very end, where you see that they have an army building up in the sewer system of like these Martian brain things, and that's something that was set up in season 1 that like nothing has. And pretty much all of Invincible, there's like the main plot of what's happening for each season, and then like little side things that like almost feel irrelevant sometimes as they're happening. But then as the story goes on, they give you nods like, hey, this is still here. This is still building up. Something is still happening here. And it's going to like crescendo in the something.
God, there's so much. There's so much I could say. They are building towards something. Spoiler, but not spoiler. I mean, because you're already very well aware. There will be a Viltrumite war or war with Viltrum.
Yeah.
Also, the event with all of the Invincibles is referred to as the Invincible War.
Oh, okay.
So,
that's the name.
Yeah. I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I think that should have taken longer to resolve, by the way. I think
it was only one issue in the comics, as my friend pointed out to me, because I was like, man, episodes 7 and 8 could be the Invincible War. And he's like, I don't think they have enough. It was only one issue in the comics. And I was like, was it really?
Yeah, I don't think. Kenny, what'd you say? Did you say you agree?
I think it should have been longer too, especially the way they set the episode up. The episode is like day 1, day 2.
It
I
could
was
have
like,
been
oh shit,
3 episodes,
like,
honestly.
Like, yeah, they could have really pumped that up. Like, that was cool. Like, so something that's kind of funny is that each season ends with Mark getting his ass kicked by a Viltrumite.
Yeah.
It's his dad, and then Anissa, and then Conquest.
Yep.
For this season, now granted, obviously they're going off source material and blah blah blah, but it would be cool if this happened in the comics too. But it would have been cool if, like, yeah, the rest of that season was like the Mark Grayson war, because like realistically, you're not dealing with all of these fucking Mark Graysons in 3 days.
I don't think it's
and the
possible.
only reason why I got dealt with is because random ass Angstrom, like, I don't know, I hate Angstrom. I hate him.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that this season would have been a lot better if it ended with Mark versus Mark, the Invincible War. That, and because he gets his ass beat by himself, so that's another Viltrumite, which I think would have been cool. Not
and
pure.
They could have even made it one of the ones, like they could have made it the one with like the fucking
the actual Viltrumite clothes on.
Either the clothes or the one that had. There's two. One had like Viltrumite clothes, and one was wearing like Omni-Man's outfit.
Right.
And then the one had like Nolan's mustache, and the other one didn't. But one of those two could have been the one to kick his ass,
Or both of them at the same time.
Or both of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Because why not? But I would have liked that as well. I think that would have wrapped the season up a little bit better. I think it kind of reminds me of the Long Night in Game of Thrones. It's this super calamity-esque thing happening. Like, this is a calamity. There are fucking 20-something other Viltrumites that were just released on planet Earth, and their sole mission is to cause fucking havoc with no regard. Do you understand how ridiculous that is? From, like, conceptually, seeing what Viltrumites can do, and then seeing 20-something of them at once be released on the Earth and told to just go cause fucking chaos and death and havoc, I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen here. Certainly, Omni-Man is going to come back and Alan is going to come back, and they're going to have to clean this shit up, because there's no other way Mark by himself with like Adam Eve is going to be able to beat 20-something other Marks, which theoretically some of them just have to be stronger than him, even though it seemed like
some of them are clearly weaker.
Yeah.
And some of them have to be stronger.
I mean, because and it's so sad, there's characters in the comic who you get introduced to who fight some of the Viltrumite or some of the Marks. But there's also characters like Spawn. Literal Spawn fights a Mark, and you don't get to see that because they don't have the rights to Spawn for the TV show.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like there's characters
Spawn
like
in the fucking comic a lot, or is he just like
just this one like
crossover, because they're under the same. They're under the same like brand, right? Like Marvel, but it's not Marvel. I think it's ID Comics or something like that. Or Dark Horse. It might be Dark Horse or like Image. It's one of those fucking things. But
Kenny always gets so mad when he starts guessing something and it's not what he was guessing. He always just goes, "It's one of those." Like, I swear to God, if you ever listen to this podcast long enough, whatever the fuck it's called, like he always just gets like
one of them fucking things.
That's bro. It's so funny.
But no, so there's that character that was in space, Tech Jacket.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't know his name.
Me
but
either.
yeah,
I didn't either.
He killed one of the Marks.
Yeah. Well,
so like there's characters that can kill some of these Marks, but it's like, I mean, how strong are these Marks? The one that looks like those aliens, the Flaxons. How strong is that dude? Because those people got their whole planet got zero diffed by Omni-Man in what?
Oh yeah, that
a
did
day
happen.
Less. Like,
yeah,
be fucking for real.
When I tell you season 1 was so ridiculous, like
season 1 was so
season 1 when you found out Omni-Man's true nature, but he wasn't still showing that to the rest of the world because he wasn't out it yet, and he would go on missions. So like to the world and to his wife and to his family. So his front-facing personality was very like a good guy, a hero, and
he's Superman.
And then he would go on a planet like that, and he would just start scowling, and you knew that he was about to just start murdering because he's still a Viltrumite at heart, bro. Like that murderous side of him is clearly still there because he's brutal. He got to that planet, he was like, there's no one here, there's no reporters, there's no videos, I'm going to fucking kill everything here, and this is what we live to do. I could not believe it.
Now I'll say this because I talked to my friend Gideon, we'll talk the death battle type shit, right? But it's usually like I pose the question to him. I was like, how do you think Nolan fares against Conquest? And he's like, I still think Conquest wins. Because that, to me, that's crazy. Having watched Nolan do that to those aliens, we've never seen Conquest do shit other than beat the shit out of Mark, his little retarded brother, and Eve.
Clearly insane.
Yeah,
but
I personally think I know. I'm with Kenny. When I was watching it, you know what I thought in the back of my mind the entire time I was watching it. I was like, he's going to go for a killing blow on one of Omni-Man's children, Oliver or Mark, and Omni-Man is going to hit him so fucking hard out of nowhere, bro. He's going to knock him into another city. Not this bullshit where we send you through several buildings, through a fucking tanker that explodes and creates fires everywhere. He's going to hit him so hard that you're going to see him literally go from Chicago, where they're at, to fucking Tokyo or some shit, like some nonsense. Like he's going to hit the shit out of that man. And then those two will go at it, and maybe they will jump him. They'll beat Conquest that way. It'll be a struggle a little bit, but like Omni-Man will still be fine at the end of the fight. That's kind of where I thought was going to happen, but Mark ended up handling it all on his own, which I was like, not all on his own technically, but you get the idea. Like, yeah, he contributed a lot to the defeat of Conquest. I think if Conquest was supposed to be this super big bad, that's the strongest Viltrumite we've ever seen, I don't think that there's a world where honestly any combination of things should have been able to do what they did to him yet, just because of what they just finished dealing with 5 minutes before he showed up.
So it happens that way in the comics too. Like it's immediate. It's one disaster right after another, which is why all three of us are in agreement. It should have been a 2-part episode, and I wanted Conquest to show up at the end of episode 8,
right,
and have everybody wait a year or whatever the
that would have worked for me too. That would have worked,
and
for me
it would
too.
have been insanely. It would have been an insane opener to season 4. But then how do you top that? How do you top this if this is how you open your season?
I mean, that's not my job.
No, it's not. It's not my job at all. We're here to enjoy it.
But yeah, I think also I have to imagine, I mean, I don't know where it's going to go. There are 50 of them, but I have to imagine there's got to be some absurd Viltrumites in the tuck, because like I'm not convinced Conquest wants any smoke with Alan. I'm not convinced anybody wants to smoke with Alan, bro. Like
Conquest
Alan
absolutely wants that.
I mean, he wants to smoke because he doesn't know what the smoke entails.
Conquest is like, he gives me like him and that Battle Lion dude need to go at it. Those two need to have.
Dude, Battle Beast.
Battle Beast.
Nuts.
That's his name. I call it Battle Lion. Battle Beast and him need to have, because they both like the same thing. They're both clearly rejects from their planet, because Battle Beast, you could tell he's just out on all bullshit right now. My man left his planet and he is out on all he left his wife and kids home, and he's just been on a dummy mission for the last several years.
He's broken.
He's very broken.
Frozen in space
with Viltrumite guts surrounding him. Wasn't he surrounded by Viltrumite guts?
I think he was, if not his own. What is his real name?
And just by the way, I want to clarify this. There are a good number less than 50 now, by the way, Viltrumites. Like there's a good, because Omni-Man and Alan killed a couple, and Battle Beast killed one. Conquest is incapacitated right now. He's clearly going to be used later on, which is annoying, like really annoying to think about, because he's brain matter right now. But Conquest technically died in that fight, and they said that place is meant to incinerate if he ever even flinches the wrong way or some shit like that. But I'm like, bro, Viltrumites, it's not going to matter. I've watched Viltrumites recover on screen this season for the first time ever. I don't know if it happened in other seasons and I didn't notice it this way, but when
I don't think so.
Episode 1, when you saw Mark get stabbed by that fucking underground ant thing, that centipede, and he got that big hole in his chest, when he barged in to see Cecil about Darkwing and those undead things from Sinclair or whatever being brought, he was like healing as the scenes kept going. Like, you didn't see the hole closing literally during a scene, but what you did see is that every time the scene changed, the hole was smaller. And I was like, they're doing that on purpose. It kept getting smaller. Cool. I thought it was really cool.
It's not to the same level as Naruto with the cloak, right? Where, it
literally starts to
heals the hole, right?
Yeah.
But like,
every
you see
scene.
it. I saw it and I was just like, are we doing this now? Like, is this when we start showing like what Mark is quite literally capable of? So as for having somebody in the tuck for Alan, I'm not going to say a lot, but I will say there is someone factually in charge. There is...
like a general, like a real general type of guy.
There is someone at the top. There is a top of the pyramid.
I mean, that goes without saying. Like, you need a leader with this type of militant-ass group of people. They like to follow something. I mean, even Conquest alludes to... Like, they send me out to do their dirty work in their name, right? And I fucking cause chaos and I destroy things and I just rape and pillage as I go and leave place is decimated and my name is not even a real name. So I got that from it.
Yeah, because I mean, you got to think, you have to wonder if this is what Conquest is like, and this is what he's capable of. Who bosses that dude around?
But
right?
okay, here's the thing though. In Game of Thrones, there was the Mountain, and it is known that the Mountain was Tywin's dog. The Mountain is literally Conquest, and the guy who controls someone like Conquest is Tywin. They don't have to be stronger than him. They don't have to be like more battle ready all the time, like the Mountain or whatever. They're not looking to rape, murder. You raped her, you murdered her, you killed the children, all that stuff. They don't have to be like that. They could be as cool and collected as Tywin was, which means they're more dangerous because they're a smart Viltrumite. What I've noticed about Viltrumite so far, they're quick to anger, and they've said this blatantly. They're quick to anger. They usually like kill you and then start asking you questions.
Yeah.
And so like it would be more scary at this point because we've seen so many Viltrumites by now, season 3. We've seen so many of them now. It would be scary to finally see one who is super composed, but also extremely violent and murderous, but not in a same way. Like he's not like, I want to be covered in blood and I love nothing is better than being covered in your blood and then I'd lick it and then I make hearts out of it. It's like, okay, I get it. Like you are the Mountain. You literally go around doing mountain things like in Game of Thrones. You're terrible, but like let's see the because Tywin is also a murderous, scary lunatic too, but he's so composed and it makes him way worse because he's way more dangerous because of that. So
I'm excited to see. I don't know how long it's all going to be, but I'm excited to see how long it goes. I hope there's like a bunch of seasons.
Me too.
Right?
I said 3 or 4. I'm hoping it's 3 or 4.
A bunch more.
I would say there's probably at least 3 more.
Yeah, that's cool. And I do think it's cool throughout this season and throughout this show. It's almost like if Invincible were to go on, and I don't think it is, right? It's over. The comic book is over as far as I know.
Yes.
But they set it up as if it was like a Marvel or DC comic, where if it was going to go on for 50 years, it's cool to see kind of the origins of Invincible and him kind of like obtaining like his main villains, like how the Flash has like these villains and Batman, like everybody has like these set of villains, like these are Flash villains, these are Batman villains, etc. Where it's like, you know, you have like Angstrom who would like become a recurring villain, or like Powerplex, like we see like the origin of Powerplex, and then you could see like 50 years down the line, like somebody reads and like Powerplex gets this crazy whatever, and like there's various characters that are becoming like his recurring villains, his recurring like adversaries, which is kind of interesting, depending on how long it goes and what happens with them, and if they do interesting stuff with them. But so some of them are just nonsense.
Yeah, some of it is nonsense. So the little scene at the end of episode 8 with the 2 demons, right? Like that's not
season 1.
Yeah, that's not in the comics. That's I think it's already been confirmed. That's something that they cut from the comics. Like he wanted to put it in there, and now it's like, well, I've already changed the show. I've cut arcs, you know, from season 1. I've sped things up. I've moved things around. I've given people more screen time, you know, Shrinking Ray, for example. Let's throw this in. Like, I'm going to put this story in there. So that's something like, and it's all over Reddit. People make fun of the comic readers because they can't ever shut their fucking mouth and stop spoiling shit. It's finally something that comic readers don't know jack shit about. Like, we have no idea what's going on.
I want to elaborate on that point you just made. Something that has been, I don't know if it's been bothering me more as I'm getting older. Maybe I'm just seeing it so much and it's starting to actually get to me. And I usually don't let things annoy me, but I have been very annoyed in the last like couple years, I want to say, with people who read manga and comics of very popular things that eventually get adapted into a show, and then they can't bring themselves to stop saying to everyone who's just enjoying the show as it's airing how much, oh, in the manga this, and in the fucking manhwa this, and in the comic that. It is so like nails on a chalkboard to me at this point, like especially when I'm on Facebook. So Solo Leveling just ended season 2 like a couple weeks ago, and everyone who's read the manhwa years ago just constantly has to tell everyone, oh, y'all haven't seen anything yet. Like I just hate that, like that constant need to be like, I read the manga, and then the manga, it's gonna get so much crazier. You thought that fight was insane? Wait till you see Song Jin Woo 50 years from now. Like it, I get it, bro.
I also just want to say that I don't believe them. I like for some things, sure, but so often, like for example, everybody said like Attack on Titan sucks, and like
yeah,
I don't think it does.
Just wasn't true.
Like I just don't. You
it
know
just
what I mean?
wasn't true.
And then I know like for JJK, like I'm enjoying JJK, but every time you watch any episode of JJK, people are like, "Oh, just you wait, it's even better." And then like I watch more, and I'm like, "Okay, like I like it, but it's not like great." We're Demon Slayer. Like since season 1, everybody said like, "You don't even know what's Demon Slayer is crazy." And then for me, with each progressing season, I've liked it less. So I'm like, I don't know what y'all read in the manga, but this shit is.
No, you're right. They're usually not even right, but I just think it's so annoying that people feel the need to constantly be on Reddit and every forum, Twitter especially is a big one, Facebook for the old heads, just constantly reminding people who are enjoying just the show. I got attacked for Solo Leveling this year because I just watched it this year, and I watched it in basically a weekend. Like I watched all of the 2 seasons that were available in a weekend, and I remember I posted about it on Facebook, just saying like I'm enjoying Solo Leveling so much. I'm not watching Solo Leveling for some fucking great storyline. The same way I didn't watch Dragon Ball Z for a fucking great storyline when I was 15. Like, I fucking watched it for a different reason. I'm allowed to enjoy things that are just ridiculous for the sake of being that. I watch Attack on Titan for a great story. Anyway, my point is, I posted on Facebook, Solo Leveling is fucking insane. And then, of course, you had a bunch of people just coming on and saying like, oh man, you gotta read the manga. And then I replied to one of them and just saying like, LOL, I'm sure, but I have no intention of reading the manga. Like, I'm just going to enjoy the anime. I'm just going to enjoy the anime. Yeah, I was like, I'm just going to enjoy the anime. And then people started replying to that. Like, different people was like, no, you got to, Frazier. I'm telling you, you have to read it.
No, I don't.
You were just like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
no,
like,
I just don't.
What is that, though? People do the same thing with Demon Slayer. Like, bro, let us just enjoy the show. Like, what's wrong with that?
It's because man, there's a lot to it. But I think on one end, it's like people just want to be cool.
Yeah,
be like,
it gives
I already
me that.
read it. Like, it's just like, I already read it. You don't even know. It's so cool. And then like, they want you to read it too or whatever. And then sometimes it's excitement. Like, oh, it's so good. I want you to see it. But here's what people have to understand. For example, I read the One Piece manga. I read the One Piece manga because I got caught up to the anime at some point. And then it was before I got caught up to the anime. The anime's pacing ended up getting really frustrating for me.
Yeah.
And I switched to the manga. There was a reason for me to switch away from the anime. If One Piece's anime was like, let's just say like in terms of animation and like pacing, like Demon Slayer or whatever, I probably would have never switched to the manga.
You would have
until I caught up.
Yeah, you would have
until I caught up, and then maybe I had the bug. Yeah, but the thing is with like things like Demon Slayer or Attack on Titan or
JJK.
My Hero Academia, these things are so much better in the anime a lot of times. Like not just the animation, but like the fucking music and the colors and the way, like
the voice acting.
They're fucking awesome. The voice acting, like. Now, granted, there's things in manga I really like. Like manga, like there's certain like way the art pops in manga that anime never is able to reproduce. But regardless, anyway, for Solo Leveling, as somebody who read however many chapters of the manhwa, I don't remember, like let's just say 10.
Yeah.
The anime looks so much better.
It does.
I just like I enjoyed the anime so much more than when I read the manga.
Yep.
I still have like some of the same critiques, but it was a much more enjoyable watch. So I don't know. Fuck you guys. Like, if I say I'm not going to read it, I'm not going to read it.
It's the cool
and if I want to read it, I will.
So, when I was still married, technically still am. Come on, Judge, give me that divorce.
Oh yeah.
Well, we can cover that at a later time. Anyway, so my ex-wife and her sister's fiance, they all watch My Hero. I read One Piece. Of course, I've read My Hero. Like, of course, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
I know what's going to happen. And the four of us usually watch the sub episode together. And it's like, man, I'm trapped in a house where I can't talk about what happens because y'all won't read it. And I would do everything I could because they would ask me questions like, when Bakugo got stabbed the first time, oh my God, does he die? And it's like,
my thing is, y'all not allowed to ask those questions.
Yeah, don't ask them.
I hate that. I hate when people ask me those questions. I'm like, I'm not answering those questions.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I can't tell you.
That's crazy. I'm not answering that.
I just tell them everybody fucking dies. Fuck them. So, like, but it's like, you can't ask that question and expect me to, like, give you any kind of response because you won't read it. I would tell her sister, like, your sister, my wife, has a $2 a month subscription to Shonen Jump that I talked her into getting so she could read One Piece while we had COVID together. And she caught up. You could do the same with the same password. She's like, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, then you can't ask me questions.
Yeah,
don't ask me questions about fucking Demon Slayer. I haven't watched Demon Slayer. Haven't read Demon Slayer. Why are you asking me? Well, you know a lot about anime. I know a lot about anime because I'll take spoilers as they come. I'll watch clips just to get hype. Like, the fuck are you on about? Read that shit or don't ask.
Yeah.
I won't try and convince you if you don't fucking ask.
Well, on that note, something similar to what Frazier was saying, where like people are always, no matter what season you're watching, like, oh, but that season actually sucks. I can't wait for you to watch the next 7 seasons.
What's the point?
Because what I do, if I've read the manga for something, I've never talk about the next season. I go, oh my God, I can't wait for us to watch this season. You're going to watch this season? Like, for example, I saw Free before Frazier. At no point was I like, oh my God, the thing you're seeing that you thought was cool is not cool.
Like
you
episode
gotta
10.
wait 20 episodes. Instead, it was like, wait, Frazier, what episode are you on? Oh, let me see that shit with you. Like, I get excited for the thing you're doing now because I know it's exciting. I'm not going to like downplay the thing that's exciting now.
Right, because that's what they're doing. They're saying, oh, you thought episode 10 was
exciting
good.
Later, like,
wait till you see the tournament arc. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
oh man. So when in My Hero, when what season is that? 6? When Shigaraki wakes up and stabs the first time, right?
Crazy.
So we're watching that, right? And they're looking at me, and I was like, man, it only gets worse for them from here on out. And they were like, what? And I was like, oh yeah, next season it only gets so much worse. And they just couldn't fathom that. And I was like, everybody fucking dies. And they don't. Yeah, they don't. My dad used to say that shit all the time. And then they all died. Okay, Dad, thanks. But so like I kind of carried that with me. It's like, I'll just tell you, like, they all fucking died. Like, this person died. The number of people who die, and I just can't tell you who it is because you'll cry. And they were like, oh no. And I'm just like, you can read it and find out, or you can just wait till next year to find out all the people that died. And then they find out, and they're like, wow, it really did get worse. And I was like, okay, well, not everybody died, but
yeah.
I just think that
Midnight fucking died.
I think that whole culture of just feeling the need to pseudo spoil things for people, or to act like you're so cool because you read something that people are actively watching the adaptation to, is just toxic and annoying. Period. That is my stance.
I won't do it if you don't ask. But if you're gonna ask me questions,
I literally never will. I will never ask you or anyone else for a spoiler for something that I'm currently watching and enjoying, because if I want it to be spoiled on it, I fucking have the internet just like everyone else. Like, what? I don't like, these people act like that the option,
the internet doesn't exist.
Yeah, like that the option that they fucking chose to do with their life doesn't exist for me too at the touch of a key. Like, I could literally just type in Demon Slayer manga after the anime, and it will start with the chapter that the last episode ended on, and I can watch the entire next arc or read the entire next arc if I wanted to. Like, you're not fucking special. Like, there's nothing special about what you did. You fucking spent your time doing something that literally everyone on the planet could do. It doesn't make you special, bro. It doesn't make you cool. Like, it's just obnoxious.
That's why, like, I won't lord it over people, but like, they would fucking ask, and it's like, you can't ask it.
Yeah,
even my ex-wife would, while we're watching One Piece, because she, bless her heart, watched all of One Piece within like a year or two, maybe, from like when we started talking on Tinder. Like, I got her to start watching it, and a year in, she was over halfway through, and I was like, oh my God, you really are the love of my life. Guess I was wrong. But so like, she would ask me like, oh my God, so what happens to Chopper while he's in monster form? It's like, bitch, I can't tell you.
Yeah, just keep reading. Keep watching. Whatever.
It's like, give it 5-10 minutes. They'll explain what happened to him.
Yeah.
But why is he like this? Oh my God. Watch it. Just sit here and watch it. Like, why do you feel the need to ask?
But yeah, people do. Luckily, I haven't run into anybody doing that. I'm sure people do. I haven't run into anybody doing that with Invincible yet. I'm sure they do. I'm sure people like, just you wait for the next.
Whatever. Oh, there's a bunch of just you waiters online.
It does get really good. But it's not like, oh man, it's gonna get super. It's probably
already really good.
But
yeah, it's a good show.
I'm not gonna hype the fuck out of this show.
It doesn't need any individual person hyping it up. Like, people are watching Invincible already without any help from anyone. Like, you guys are only making it worse, because what kills shows? Expectations. That's what kills good shows. If you hype something up too much and you make it sound like it's the second coming of Game of Thrones, you're going to disappoint a lot of people. I still haven't watched this one show that my friend wants me to watch called Wheel of Time, because he compared it to Game of Thrones, and I just refuse to watch it now. I'm just not watching it. I refuse.
I've never heard anything good about it.
Well, whether it's good or not, to me doesn't even matter, because the expectation that you're trying to convince me that I'm about to watch my favorite show again is crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
It'll
you
never happen.
know how I feel about Game of Thrones. Why would you ever say that this show is on that? It's not. It never will be, because there's only one Game of Thrones. Stop trying to make everything into fucking Death Note and Free Ren and, you know, all of those good things.
That's why I never saw the new Jurassic Park movies. Like, everybody made them seem so amazing. Like the first Jurassic whatever World or whatever it was. I never went and saw it because everybody's like, "Oh, this is the most amazing movie ever," and I was like, "You know what?
They're fucking lying." I saw those movies. They're just lying to you. First of all, your friends are lying to you. I saw everyone with Chris Pratt as the fucking main character.
Yeah.
Those people are lying to you, bro. Flat out. They're just like I'm not even joking. They're just lying. I don't know why, but they hate you.
I'm an easily hateable person, apparently.
Most people just have shit taste, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Like, some people might think the Jurassic World movies are good. You know what I mean? Like, they're fun movies to watch with like your kids. You know?
Yes.
Like, they're just like
great for the kids
movies. Like, whatever. The thing with Wheel of Time, real quick, I never read the books. I know the books are super old. Like, they predate a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
I've watched like a ton of YouTube videos on them. Like, and they seem super interesting. There's a lot of crazy shit. There's a bunch of like stories that were inspired by Wheel of Time, like Song of Ice and Fire being one of them, and various other things. From what I heard, the TV show is like nowhere near as, which, you know, people always say that.
Yeah, that's like
from what I heard.
Thing.
It's
Even
like the books are like high tier level, like Dune, you know, Song of Ice and Fire, etc.
Right.
But like, I haven't heard really anything good about the show.
Yeah, it was the same way with that Lord of the Rings show.
Oh God, Rings of Power, dear God, that show.
We'll stop that there because I cannot stand Lord of the Rings.
Kenny can't either, right? Kenny, you don't like Lord of the Rings either, right?
No, I like Lord of the Rings.
Oh, you like?
I never saw the.
What is? Oh, you like Star
Wars
Wars? You don't like Star Wars? That's what it is.
Oh, yeah, Star Wars is trash.
Yeah, Kenny. I know.
There's only one return, and it's of the Jedi. Fuck you.
I just know that Kenny doesn't like one of the popular ones, and I thought it was whatever the other Lord of the Rings, but it's Star Wars.
That's fair. It's literally not for everyone.
Space opera.
Well,
that's fine.
Dune is a good space opera, though.
Well, it has 2 good movies out of 10.
Okay, hold on. The last 3 that they put out don't exist. I don't know what you're talking about.
Shit. See, the fact that you have to do that.
There's no Thor Dark World. Like, I've never heard of that either.
No, that movie does exist, and it's the worst Marvel
I like
movie.
how fandoms will just they will omit things from a discography and then say this is
a real movie, and it's terrible.
Oh, it was fucking god awful. It's my favorite scene in Invincible. Damn.
What's your favorite scene in Invincible?
Yeah, what scene?
Rex.
Oh, blowing himself up?
That's my boy. Yeah. That's my boy.
Dying? That's your favorite scene? I know it made you emotional, but why would you want to see him die?
Because it's so fucking badass.
You like Rex as a character? Like, you just always have liked him, I guess?
I like characters like Bakugo and Rex.
Okay.
Like,
loud, obnoxious?
Yeah. So, at first, I did not like Bakugo when I started My Hero.
I don't think anyone did.
I told my friends this, you know, the Quentin Browns and the Deuce Myatt's.
Yeah.
At locals, and they were like, why? That's literally you. And I was like, first of all, fuck you guys. Secondly, he's an obnoxious little shit. And they were like, wow, gee, why does that sound familiar? I was like, okay. Third, fuck you guys again. And then he grew on me. Rex, I instantly took a liking to because I was like, I know where this is going. He's going to get some kind of redeeming moment or like redemption arc. And then I read the comics and the motherfucker kills himself. And I was like, fuck, this was your redemption, but fuck, was it cool.
Go ahead, Kenny.
I was going to say Rex grew on me, and I also really like Bakugo.
Yes, after a certain point in the show and in the manga, I guess, I started to like Bakugo a lot. Basically, I mean, we're far past this point in the anime and manga now, so I'm just going to say what it is for My Hero. Bakugo, it's revealed that he is a big fan of All Might, and him and Deku have like a huge fight. They like sneak out off campus, and they go to fight. They go to squabble up. And I fucking, first of all, that fight animated when when Deku did that shit, when he started like spinning in the air, and he was like, I'm not just
going to fucking kick.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not just going to be your punching bag. And he started fighting back. When he did that shit and it slowed down and you saw him spinning, I was like, oh my God, this shit is fire. But anyway, that fight and then the emotion behind why they were fighting and why Bakugo was so mad and emotional about not being chosen and looking at somebody who literally wasn't chosen by the universe to have powers and be like, why you? Like, I've watched you be nothing my entire life. You've been a little shit with no powers, and we've been the laughing stock of everyone this entire time. And now all of a sudden, you are the most special thing on the planet. Everyone cares about you, including my favorite hero, and I'm jealous. And I fucking hate admitting that, but I am jealous of this. And like, that humanized him in a way, and it just made me like him so much more. It's like the Jaime Lannister moment in season 3 or 4 of Game of Thrones, where you like, there's a moment where they redeem this character who's kind of obnoxious and just annoying and either a terrible person or whatever. They redeem them in a way that honestly only a good writer can. So I get it.
That's a big one for him. Even before that, there's like signs of. I always, my start for Bakugo is always when he gets kidnapped and everybody was like, "Oh, this is going to be the Sasuke thing. Like he's going to turn into a bad guy." And so he's with the villains and he's just like, "Fuck all of y'all." Like Bakugo had no time for any of them. He was just like, "You guys aren't shit. Like you're all a bunch of not shit ass having people."
I definitely thought it was going to be a Sasuke.
Yeah, because like it's in that moment you're just like, in that moment I was like, relatable. That's me. You can't turn me into a villain. I'm gonna fuck some shit up. I could never be a villain. That's not in me.
But yeah, so okay, back to Invincible, right? Because we went off on like a 20-minute tangent. I feel like.
Okay, so I'm here to stop this fucking Rex slander. I have let you two get away with.
Slander's over. Yeah, we said he got ridiculous. We like him more now.
Dying. No, fuck that.
No. I started liking him before he died. I think it's kind of cringe that he died. Just as they started writing him better.
It's like Neji.
But he's trash in season 1 and season 2. He's trash. He's so.
That's the whole point of his character, though.
Now, okay, in season 1, and
you know who's really fucking trash?
An asshole that cheated on every girl he was with and wouldn't shut up.
I really did not. I did not like the fact that the one guy was like, "My name is Rex now," and he's already cloned as Rex.
It happens in the so in the comics, like a lot of things changed. Amber, the comics are super white, by the way. Amber is not black whatsoever. So Rex is also not brown. So neither is fucking little Rex or Rudy or whatever the fuck we want to call him, robot. He's still white. He's a ginger. So it's like, man, it's kind of jarring to like have the comic in front of me and then look at the show and it's like, you're kind of, because your weird disfigured baby, whatever thing that was you were in the tank as, was white. So is this technically not blackface, but brown face?
You got like reincarnated as a brown person.
Yeah, because like, what are you doing here? Because he's not tan, he's brown.
I mean, but he just got a tan. Look at Ariana Grande. You can get there. You can get,
bro. He's not tan the same way that I am tan right now.
Who could be? He could get there.
Oh, please.
But I'll tell you what, though. Could you imagine, okay, ready? Just imagine Frazier dies, right? And I go to his funeral, and I stand up there, and I start talking about him and how great he is. And I go, like, in honor of him, like, my name is now Frazier.
That shit would get you jumped. I'm telling you now.
Are you going to do
my family? Or my family,
like, what?
I'm just telling you now, they are going to jump you, and it's going to be bad. If you like, that is such a crazy thing to say. Like, that is such a crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean your name is now Rex? And you look like him too, which is the wildest part is that you are him. Like, you are just the physical clone of this. What are we talking about?
It's still just really as disrespectful. Weird. Like, it's crazy.
Everybody's like, oh, like everybody. Like, their reaction to it is like, I was like, excuse me?
Yeah, that would never fly in the real world.
I remember y'all had questions about that in season 2. When they rescue Mark, right?
Yeah.
When they bring him back, and there's that guy that looks like Rex, but he's in the robot suit. Does this now clear that up for y'all? What that was?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't remember.
So when they rescue Mark,
was there like a future? Was there like a future thing
with the future Eve and the future Rex?
Mm.
So that's just this little kid in.
But we knew. Robot. I don't remember what I said, but at that point, we already did know that Rudy took Rex's body.
Yeah.
Right?
But they were calling him Rex in that moment.
Oh,
and I think that threw y'all off.
They were calling him Rex. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a year.
That is so wild.
Yeah.
You can't just take his name. You already took his body, which was crazy.
Yeah.
But
didn't take his girl.
Fine. Didn't take his girl, I guess, but
there's still time. There's still time.
There's still time. Dude, But his name, that is just so weird. Taking his name is so fucking weird.
So I have a question though. So if you do take Frazier's name, like at his funeral, do you also get the YCS champion accolades?
What is happening right now? We're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not. No, just no. What I was going to say is I actually really liked the moment where Rudy created a device that allows the girl, I forget her name.
Monster Girl? Yeah, I don't know her real name.
Yeah. Amanda. It allows her to not keep de-aging. I think that's such a first of all, I don't know how the fuck he did it, but he's a genius or whatever. It's a TV show. But I love the fact that he made that for her and he wasn't even sure if it'll work, but I love that he didn't impose it on her either. The way he presented it to her was like, listen, you don't have to use this at all. And we'll forget that I ever did it if you forgive me or whatnot. Like I can destroy this and this will have never happened and you can continue going on your life without it. But if this helps you in any way, it makes you feel better as a person, then like by all means please use this. And then she uses it and then the robot thing reports back that like no cells have de-aged when you transform back. And she started crying and she was like, this is like the happiest I've ever been. Like you literally, and it made me think of we randomly, you know, we're two guys, me and Kenny, but we randomly talk about women and things like that and like the biological clock that they have. And usually when we're talking about it, it's because of them aging out of being able to have children and things like that. Watching Invincible season 3, as that moment was happening, I was like, oh wow, she's crying. And I thought about reasons why she might be crying. And one of the main things I thought about was, well, now she could have a family if she wanted to.
Yes.
Because she's not
actually fucking grow up.
She could grow up and have like if children, and a lot of women want children because that's just biology, but like if she wants to have a family, she can now actually do that. And so those tears to me were like, they represented so much.
Yeah.
Like a cure for her illness, like her Benjamin Button illness. And I thought that moment, while it was very like small in this season, it was just
it was a really good moment. I thought it was a really good moment for the characters. Also, if I'm her, I'm wearing that belt till I'm 21. And then like I'm gonna take it off and put it back on.
You got the same idea as me. I'm never going past a certain point.
Yeah, like I'm gonna juggle that shit.
Yeah.
I wonder how that would affect her. Like
I don't know.
Term.
I don't know, but
I would. That's what I would be doing. I'll tell you that right now. I mean,
I'd be finding out.
Yeah, I would be fucking around and finding out.
even Aang, you know, Aang died technically kind of early, like he kind of young, but it was because like, you know, he's over 100 years old chronologically, but biologically he was like in his 60s or some shit. So it's like, you know, I think I remember them saying like him being in the iceberg did affect his overall lifespan.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it did. Being frozen in ice. I mean, this isn't the same, obviously. So they could make in this universe, the writer can make whatever they want. Like it could have a drawback if he wanted it to have a drawback.
I mean, they bring people back from the literal dead,
right?
Sometimes.
Yeah. So it could
all the time,
just not do anything,
except for the couple times where they don't want to.
Yeah.
So yeah,
here's my thing. And Quest, you're not even allowed to react to this, right? Because how you react could be a spoiler.
Yeah.
So you just have to pretend I'm not talking. But I feel like at some point in one of these seasons, the original Guardians of the Globe have to come back. Like I just cannot
you
believe
have been saying
that Cecil doesn't have a backup of their DNA to clone them or something. Like it doesn't make sense to me that you're able to fucking bring all of these people back from the brink of death, but you can't bring back like the Flash, Wonder Woman, you know, I don't know the real names because they were only in one episode.
Right.
But I just cannot believe that he has all of these backups and plans. I still can't believe Quest drinks milk raw from the glass. That is crazy.
Also insane. But psychopath shit.
But yeah, that's it. Moving on from that. But
I like how you threw that in there when he can't react. That's so fucking There's a couple points that I have here too, unless you wanted to elaborate on something, but
no.
Okay. By all means.
So there's two things that I have here. One is Negan versus Glenn, because the voice actors for Mark and the voice actor for Conquest is actually Negan, and he was also in The Boys.
And I started to hear it too. At first I didn't hear it.
Me either.
But then as he kept talking and he kept being sadistic, I was like, oh, this is just this person in real life.
Yes.
Like he was talking like Negan. Like he was wild.
Against Glenn too, which is funny because Glenn gets his head bashed in brutally and murdered in The Walking Dead by Negan, which made a lot of people stop watching it. I've stopped watching it shortly after that, not literally after, but the show declined so bad anyway that I just kind of stopped watching eventually. But it's cool to see Glenn get his lick back in a different verse by now getting to bash in the head of Negan as Conquest. So that was a cool little Easter egg right there, that they used the same two voice actors who played actual real life actors in a different show that's really popular and all that. The other thing is the dead marks are being used by like Sinclair. They're you saw
to make Reanimen.
Yeah, that's what they're called, Reanimen. So there's a bunch of Reanimen being created right now, and they're using the dead marks and whatever else they can use to kind of do that, which is going to be problematic because the Reanimen that they have already just killed a bunch of the marks anyway.
Yeah, they're going to be a problem, and I don't know, they're going to lose control of them.
Yep,
and it's going to be bad. Also, on a quick voice actor note, Aaron Paul, the voice actor of Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad, or the actor,
yeah.
But he was the voice actor for Powerplex.
Oh shit, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh and shit! I thought I recognized his voice. Of course, I recognized it, but I never thought like that's Aaron Paul.
Yeah. What is the girl's name?
Which girl?
Yeah, which girl?
So Powerplex's wife.
Oh, she's somebody too.
I don't know.
But so Aaron Paul's character. Aaron Paul's character from Breaking Bad. His wife. I think it's the same thing. It's the same person.
Right. I think that they said that the Invincible and The Walking Dead are made by the same people or something like that.
It is.
Okay. Yeah. So they're under the same umbrella.
The comic book. The person who wrote the Walking Dead comic book wrote Invincible.
That's broken. Yes. That means that guy is one of the very rare people who is able to strike lightning twice. Like lightning struck twice for him. That's insane. Because The Walking Dead was a huge show at one point. Like it was big. Yeah. It was really fucking big.
And then Invincible being this big too. And then both I don't think Invincible comic book was ever as big as the Walking Dead comic book. No. But both comic books did really well as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean he obviously it's very rare that like Naruto's creator, whatever he did after Naruto didn't pop. You know what I mean? Like
Samurai 8. I will say this.
That's what it was.
In terms of season 3 and death and all that stuff, I do. Here's what I think could have made this season better. And granted, I am not a fucking comic writer or a manga writer or any kind of like amazing world-renowned writer that is acclaimed, but I still am going to give my opinion because that's what podcasts are for. I think a better way that the season could have been done, because they started off the season by saying that Mark has 175% more endurance, 160% more speed, 195% more power, and all these other accolades and things like that. And we saw him going through a training regimen, surviving through lava, bench pressing glaciers, all this type of wild shit. And they was constantly saying that. And then immediately he starts getting his ass whipped by what I thought were like basic ass enemies, which really frustrated me. And after watching 2 seasons of that already, I'm a little over that storyline for Invincible. It's a little repetitive. It's kind of the thing that made me stop watching shows like Shameless, where every single season was like the same type of thing. I just really didn't enjoy that part of season 3 because I feel like by now, especially with you giving him an official training arc, there's nothing heavier on the planet to lift. We have to find something else. Like saying things like that and then watching him literally in the same episode go underground and get zero diffed and put into little balls by these fucking centipedes, and then having to have these Reanimen who are just humans, essentially, like free him and stuff like that. That didn't make sense to me. So what I was going to say is to correct this season and make it not bad in this way, because to me it just I genuinely think that this part of the season is bad. Mark losing every single fight or just getting his ass beaten every single fight. I think that he should have been beating the shit out of basically everybody he fought this season, including like Cecil and stuff like that. He should have been ODing because he found new power, which would have made it make sense. He's power tripping, he's stronger, and he's realizing I'm actually the shit. My dad's gone. There's no one here to check me. None of y'all can fucking beat me. I'm literally a god among men, and I'm power tripping. I'm talking down on everybody. I'm condescending. I might even tell my mom something. I might even say like a sly comment to her, like just power tripping OD the whole season. Then Conquest comes.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that would have been.
And he should have gotten his absolute ass beat by Conquest like he did, because he did get his ass beat by Conquest, don't get me wrong, but it would have made it so much more satisfying. My problem with season 3, to kind of put it into like a nutshell here, I've watched Mark get his ass beat the entire season, and I've watched people fake die the entire last 2 seasons. So when it came time for Conquest to come and have this, I guess it was supposed to be like a really epic moment. I'm going to be honest. To me, it just wasn't. Conquest beating up Mark and like breaking his bones and beating up Oliver, to me just looked like the rest of the season, because that is actually what happened in the rest of the season. It didn't have the same weight because we just saw him get zero diffed by Marks 5 minutes ago. We saw him lose to fucking everything else. Worms, like actual Dr. Seismic is giving this man a problem. The Mauler twins were fucking him up. The fucking Frank and Bill, the gay couple, were giving him like, bro, everybody whooped his ass at some point during the season. So when Conquest came, he's whooping his ass too. I was like, well, this is just par for the course. This is just what I've been watching for 3 seasons now. This should have been the time for Mark to have a season where he is going, even how he went to the future and he like killed the Immortal and stuff like that, even though the Immortal was fucking him up too, which I'm like, no shot. But okay. I just think that he should have been zero diffing a lot more people and tanking hits and standing there and being like, everyone's so weak now. Like just being real cocky and standing in it. And then Conquest comes and he's like, I want nothing more than to hit something right now. And he goes to hit him. And Conquest is like, why are you so fucking weak?
Yeah, it would have been cool. But it is, and I get it, like he's holding back or whatever. Because but it is just frustrating because with how much he struggled with so many of the fights throughout the season, it doesn't even make sense that he was able to stand up to Conquest because it just doesn't, like, everybody you fought the whole season is a pissant compared to Conquest.
Yes, Conquest was able to like everything that you fought so far this season. Nobody would be strong. Like all of the marks would have gotten fucking. Oh, Conquest would have had so much fun if he arrived a day earlier.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw that comment on fucking Reddit.
Cool. That would have been cool. Okay, fuck Angstrom. I don't know how they get there without Angstrom, but I hate him. But how cool would it be if you have the fucking all of the Mark Graysons there and they're just fucking shit up? Our Mark Grayson is doing his best. He kills 5 of them, but he just can't beat 20, 30 of them. Yeah. And then Conquest shows up and all of the marks are still there.
Yep.
And then he doesn't know which one's the real one. So he just starts killing all of them. On them. And that's how you end that thing. And then he just beat, and then so the marks end up working together. They all fucking die except ours. And then that would have been sick if you just watch him OD on the.
That would have been. I like that storyline to get to what I was talking about Conquest being the big bad. I think it would also been cool, and the way they could have did this is that when Angstrom Levy died, he had something set in place that when he dies, all the marks from all the different verses that he's visited, they get teleported to the main Earth, and they're instructed to do what they ended up doing. It's basically a kill switch. So once I die, right, this now goes into this happens because you killed me. Because I knew there was a chance that when I started fucking with you, there was a chance that I was going to die. And when I die, it triggers this, because that's just something that happens in fiction, right? People die, and then there's consequences because you killed me. Now there's a bomb. And the bomb is unstoppable, is going to kill the planet, is going to do whatever because you killed me. So that would have been a cool way to get to it without having to actually have Angstrom survive. And it would piss me off. And this is another thing that pissed me off about this season. So another one of my rewrites. Mark has got to start killing people. People deserve to die.
He will. I don't know if he will, but he said he will.
But Kenny, people deserve to die this season. Fucking whatever the guy, Power Belt dude, whatever. Powerplex deserved to die. I'm sorry, Powerplex deserved to die long before he killed his own family. He needed to just actually be murdered, bro. And Angstrom Levy got the same exact thing again, twice. Mark got super mad again at Angstrom towards the end of the fight, and I looked like he was going to go for it, but then Angstrom gets away as he rips his arm off. I'm like, bro, you have got to commit to murder way sooner. I'm just tired of this whole everyone gets a pass. You get your ass beat, and then everyone gets a pass to escape or just not be killed because you don't want to kill. It's getting out of hand. I'm over it. I'm kind of bored with that narrative of Invincible. This is why the season does not rank high for me. I give it a 6.5 out of 10.
That's entirely fair. I only like this season so much because I know what comes next.
Which doesn't help me at all, obviously.
Technically, I know it comes next.
It's Saul 4.
Like I said,
it's I'm sure in the grand scheme of things, like I said, some of the plot lines that they explored that don't get developed in this season, right? I'm sure that they'll make the story overall a lot better in season 5 and 6 when it comes out. But right now, season 3 that I have to deal with, helpful. It's just bro, this is not it.
They did improve on things, like I said. So I just looked it up. This came out in 2003. Invincible started in 2003, 22 years ago.
Gotcha.
God, I'm old. So of course, everybody in it is white. Obviously, they improved that with the TV show. Mark is no longer just a white kid. He's very much Asian looking.
He does look Asian to me. That's on purpose, huh? Because his mom is Asian.
Yes.
Okay.
So things of that nature, right? Amber's black. Rex is brown. Not gonna try and guess Hispanic, Native, whatever. So they made strides with that. They cut out an entire story from the beginning of the comic where it's Mark's first adventure as a superhero. He he and Eve go and fight this teacher from their high school who's been kidnapping kids and putting bombs on them. Cool, but let's cut this shit out and have Omni-Man kill the fucking Guardians instead. That doesn't happen for at least a few issues in the comics. Whereas in the show, like we've said, happens from the jump at the end of episode 1, and it was fucking nuts. It was great. I didn't start reading the comic until after season 1. So I'm comparing everything post first watch, and it helps speed it up. So I'm wondering, they could have definitely, obviously they changed Shrinking Ray's story. They could have changed Rex's story too, but it takes away a lot of impact, I guess, from his character development, and then also from stuff that happens later. I'd have to reread it, but like, what's the point of fucking Rudy taking it? Well, what's the fucking point of it taking Rex's name in the first goddamn place? But you know what I mean? Like, so stuff like that.
I swear, I think the only reason why that's a plot, because it's so stupid. I think the only reason why that's a plot point is because he had the thing where the people come from the future, and it's that thing where you have the thing where they call him Rex and he's in the robot, and that makes the audience go, "What the heck? Why is Rex in control of the robot?" And then then that happens, and it's like, oh, that's, and I think it's like one of those things where like that's it. It's just like
he kind of wrote himself into a corner.
That's it.
So like, but I don't know. It is so unhelpful that I do know what happens next, and that's why like I enjoyed this so much. But also, I just really like really cool fucking fight scenes. That's why I love Rock Lee versus Gara and fucking Guy versus Madara, and oh fuck, dude. Anything Whitebeard ever fucking did. God damn, dude.
It's amazing.
So Conquest versus Mark was like, man, this was a great way to end the season. But you're right. Every single one of your gripes with the season, with the writing of the show as a whole, is so fucking valid. So many more people should have died.
Yeah, because
we watched a little kid get squished. Like,
right. We watched a little kid get electrocuted to death by his dad. Like, I mean, an actual baby. Like a baby.
Yeah. So, like, why can't more characters? Come on, Oda. Why can't you kill people other than Ace and Whitebeard?
It's just one of those things where, like, the show is really good and the story and the plot lines are really cool and interesting. And I just want them to, like, go then, like, there's, like, little tiny changes. Like, I don't even think it's big changes. It's not, like, trying to rewrite the whole story. There's tiny changes that could be made that would make it so much better. Like Frazier was saying, if you just have Mark not struggle with every fucking fight this season,
every fight, bro, was insane.
Like, all of a sudden now, because Conquest versus Mark was already fun. Just because Conquest was fun, I just can't get over. Also, there's a Meat Canyon video. You guys have to watch the Meat Canyon video of this guy.
I don't know what is that. What are you saying?
You've seen Meat Canyon videos before, but
okay,
like
I just don't realize that that's what they're called.
Yeah,
they're so unhinged.
They're like really disturbed, like animated YouTube videos, and he made one for this, and it's fucking awesome. But I'll show it to you later. But all of that's awesome. It's just like it'd be even better if Mark didn't lose every fight. It'd be more interesting. Like, okay, I guess Multi-Paul is just an idiot. But
whoa.
The whole time Multi-Paul's in prison, I was like, bro, why didn't you just do what your sister did and make your prime body not be the one? Like, he was like in prison. That was a whole story arc of breaking him out of prison. And I was like, your prime body should have just never been there.
Right.
Like, you should, just like your sister Duplicate. Like Paul Prime should just never, and same with Kate, they should never be anywhere near the conflict. Like, if you've seen Free Ren, the guy that can create a clone of himself, when we found out, he should never, ever be near the conflict, ever. Like,
I mean, you can see in the show when he's in jail, I can't remember if that's in the comics. He's very clearly insane. Like, the way he breaks himself out.
Oh, yeah, he don't give a fuck.
Yeah, she said, like, do you know what it's like to have died as many times as I have? Okay, bitch, but who cares? Like, what does that do to your mental health? Obviously this. Paul is fucking nuts. Like, not
I like that he's nuts
super
too.
Broken. He's fucking insane. And then on top of that, like, he's prideful. Of course he doesn't want to have his prime body somewhere else. That's pussy shit, bro. Like, he is all about that action. He is he's about Kakashi Sensei. We're about that action no matter how big the foe is. Like, fuck that shit.
Listen, man, you got it. And then you end up in prison, bro. And then you end up in prison.
What a call
intelligent, but like,
also, hey man, he still did it. He did the trick. He did the trick. That's how he got away from Adam Eve. He did the trick. All that pride shit went out the window because Adam Eve caught all of them, and then he had to do the trick. He had to pretend the Prime body got caught, and then he was able to get away.
So the internet, on the subject of duplicate and multipole, the internet cannot stand who they call fraud mortal and I forget what they call duplicate, but they cannot stand duplicate and the immortal because she never fucking does anything other than die, and he never does anything other than fucking die, which is crazy to me because he was once the president. Like, leave that man alone. They are both fucking trash. It should have been them and not Rex, and I agree with Reddit for once.
Well, it's one of those things where when you have a character that can die, like duplicate can create clones. And so the clones, she's able to use the clones so that they can die instead of her, right? And use them to get out of stuff. And so you watch all these clones die. And then Immortal, because he's immortal, you get to watch him get decapitated and all this other stuff, and it doesn't matter. It's kind of like how the only character that gets their arm cut off in DBZ is Piccolo. It's like because Piccolo can get his arm back. Like the characters that can afford to get fucked up, like they get fucked up more.
Marco the Phoenix will get killed, and then obviously he's the fucking Phoenix, so...
I mean, it was absolutely disrespectful of that Mark to just fucking decapitate Immortal and then use his head as a bowling ball to kill Duplicate. Like, that was
awesome.
Oh my God. Did y'all, to go back to voice acting, it was kind of super, super subtle. Like, it's, you know, it's not like he did a lot of different things for all of the Invincibles, but like, do you notice how each one kind of sounded just a little bit different from the rest?
Yeah.
Like,
some of them had a raspy voice. Yeah, they definitely had nuance.
This dude... Steve Young, my God, that man, talent. Oh,
he's good.
I wanted his big one.
I wanted the one with the Hitler mustache to do a little bit more, yo. I wanted him to he was.
Look, a couple people at YCS Houston were like, "You were on absolute demon time," and somebody else told me, you know, because Frazier, you saw I was swiping right on anything with a pulse, right, on Tinder.
Yep.
So someone else was like, "You are your absolute villain era." So I decided, you know what? That means my Halloween costume this year, which I never do, is just going to be Mohawk Mark. We're going to go absolutely demon time, villain era. Like, I absolutely loved Mohawk Mark. That motherfucker was so good. Oh, does somebody miss his mommy? Like, fuck you, bro.
Yeah, that part, I was like, oh, these fuckers are demons.
They're absolutely insane. Oh, okay, so most of them.
Real quick, just speaking of the Mark family, when Conquest stretched Oliver,
he
started stretching that bull,
and he started crying.
I was like, yo,
Oliver's tears started falling on his face, and I was like, oh no,
when he
better get to work,
decks him, and he just spits out blood and teeth. I was like, yes, he lost 10 teeth when he got punched in the face. So many oh my God, it's so satisfying. Fuck that kid.
Oliver be on that shit, man. He needed to get shown what happens out here.
He did need to get that. I do appreciate that he didn't die, but he got his ass hit so hard that he'll never forget that. He'll never forget the time he lost. I appreciate that
he didn't fake die either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he needed to be humbled so fast, and I'm so glad they did it. And it was just as satisfying in the comics. But in the comics, when they have that argument about the Mahler twins, right? You know, a little later, Oliver and Mark talk about it again, and Oliver's like, "Look, you have to understand that I'm learning your way of doing things. I'm learning your way of viewing life, you know, as something we shouldn't just end, right?" And him and Mark, you know, have this heart to heart, blah, blah, blah. They hug, and you see Mark's back, but you see Oliver's face, and he's just pissed off, like, because he's out there apologizing for some shit he doesn't believe in.
I mean, they showed phases of that, man. When he was like, when he killed them, he was cold. Like, his face was cold. Then the adult showed up, and he was like, "Oh my God!" And he like started fake crying and shit. And then like he went back to being cold when like nobody could see him. Like he did not fucking care. And the scary part was that he knew that he knew to pretend and fake and lie that he doesn't care.
So which
is scary. I'm sorry to cut you off. It's scary because now I don't know if he really cares about his mom. Like, I don't know if he really cares about her. Because, like, he acts like he does the Asian mom, Mark's mom.
Oh, okay.
Like, because he always acts like he really cares about her and loves her and respects her. But, like, we don't know, because we know he's capable of lying. We know he is able to, like, pretend to be a little kid. And when he's with her, he acts like a little kid. And he's like, "Sorry, Mom." But, like, I could see a world where he ends up just, like, killing her by accident and doesn't fucking care. And then Mark starts freaking out, and then
I still think that
I still see a world where Oliver's a bad guy.
Me too.
Like, I don't know
I think they brought him in for that exact reason. I think he's going to be problematic. Also, his speed was noticeably like way faster because Mark was like, "When did you get so fucking fast?"
Yeah,
it's that growth rate, and
yep.
So
next season he's going to be older.
Yeah. So I won't say anything about his arc going forward, but I will say that they brought him in. It feels like, here to show to be Mark's foil. So like, to your gripe that people don't die, and your other gripe, super valid, that Mark is just getting fucked up, right? I said it in the Discord. He's holding back subconsciously, is my thought, but it's also like you run into this problem, and that's the creator's fault for making him invincible. It's the same problem they had in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, the 2 animated series. You had Superman.
Yeah.
What do you fucking need any of these other hundreds of fucking superheroes for? You don't need Vigilante. He's a dude with a motorcycle, 2 guns, and a cowboy hat. The fuck is as cool as he is, what the fuck is Vigilante gonna do? Yeah. And they have an entire episode about that. So you have Superman getting fucked up until he finally fights Darkseid, and he's like, oh, cool, a rare chance where I can let loose. Mark waited way too fucking long, just like last season against the other 2 Viltrumites. He waited too fucking long against Conquest to let loose. Bro, you were never, no matter if you went for the kill from the start, you never had a chance against Conquest. You still let yourself get fucked up for no goddamn reason whatsoever. It's so frustrating to watch.
It's weird, but I think a lot of what happened this season easily, like, he could have still held back. My thing is, I'm fine with him holding back, and like, basically there's complications in that, like, he's not able to end the situations quickly because he's holding back. He doesn't want to actually hurt or kill these people. So you can have a thing where like he's holding back and he's not like straight up just like one shot killing people or one shot knocking them out, because he's trying to hold back and he doesn't know like the correct amount of power output in order to like not permanently injure these people. So you end up having the complications and make him have difficulties in like wrapping up these villains because he's just trying not to kill them and he's holding back. However, there's no amount of like I can pull my punch, right? I can try to I can punch a kid, but like I don't really punch it, right? I pull my punch. The kid will never do anything to hurt me though. My thing is like we could have Mark hold back and pull his punches. I don't understand why the other people are hurting him though. Like,
yeah, that's what I was saying. I literally said like, I get that he's holding back. That makes sense. But then he should just be getting hit by people like he was with those twins who wanted to go to the future. And he should just be standing there like, what are you doing?
It's back to that same Superman problem. Like, he's the Man of Steel. Nobody on most people on Earth are not going to move him. So then we have to have a show, but we can't have a Justice League show without Superman. What do? Make him a bitch. Just make him a bitch. Make him a bitch. It's weird. It's so frustrating to watch because that is the Man of Steel. That motherfucker should not fucking hit him and move him. The same thing with Mark. These people shouldn't be able to move him. Fuck, dude, Omni-Man let himself get beat up. Guardians are not gonna fuck up Omni-Man. Fuck that. In the fucking comics, he zero diffs them, no questions asked. It was insane.
I have hopes though, because the end of the season, Mark says to Oliver, or I think he says it to Oliver, but he says like, you know what, like you're right, like some of these people gotta die. And Mark at the end of the season kind of makes like the resolution that like I can't just let people get away with it. Like I gotta start killing people, and it's gotta happen. So hopefully going into season 4, we start to see some people just like get offed. Like maybe like I was saying how like he's building up his like league of villains, like all these rivals and nemesis that like all the other superheroes have. It'd be cool that like we see this like collection of villains build up for Mark, but now he's going to start killing things. So the next time Paraplex got something to say, he just gets his head taken off. And it's like, you can't store up energy, kinetic power I'm just going to take your fucking head off and we're going to move on.
And oh man, it's just so frustrating, because it's just like, dude, like, bro, your dad didn't fucking struggle with the goddamn Mauler twins. And at this point, I think he is stronger than his dad, maybe in season 1. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't see that at all.
I don't think. I think Omni-Man is still, because I think Omni-Man still like, okay, right now Alan is the strongest thing I've seen. But
Kenny has been on Alan.
I think.
Bro, Alan's nuts.
Alan's crazy.
Yeah, Alan is crazy. It's just funny that Kenny has not forgotten this detail. Like, every time Alan gets brought up.
We'll go into Alan right now. Fuck it.
I think Omni-Man still has that gas. Like, I think if Alan and Omni-Man were to fight one-on-one, I think Alan's not going to fucking no diff him the way he can no diff everybody.
I don't think so.
I think
either.
No.
I think he's still like he got some gas in the tank that people don't realize, or I mean, people do realize. I think he's the shit. Also, I guess on the point of Alan and Omni-Man, it's interesting because the way episode 4 ended, me and Frazier both thought that they were going to become more important parts of the latter half of the season, and they just weren't in the season at all.
Yep.
And ended up like going in a completely different direction. Some of the things are cool, like, you know, a lot of the plot points that were introduced, I really like. I just don't necessarily like the way they went about them. Like, once everybody knows I'm not a fan of Angstrom, etc. But like, it is interesting that Alan and Omni-Man just weren't in the rest of the season. Like, I thought they were going to be big parts of the second half. They just weren't in it at all.
So that's another thing that, like, I don't think there was anything extra with them once they got out and, you know, let Battle Beast do his thing. God bless Battle Beast. But there was another character, there was a whole other like story, like mini story arc within the time frame of season 3 that they just cut. So you see all these.
Maybe they didn't cut it though. Maybe they'll show that in season 4.
You already
like
see the character. He's one of the superheroes fighting one of the marks, the werewolf looking guy. There was a little story with him within the time frame of season 3 in the comics that's just not there. So
yeah,
they could have given more screen time since they're going to cut that. I don't know if they're moving it somewhere else, but I doubt it. They could have given more screen time to Nolan and Alan since we're already doing that with Rex in this new love story for him.
We'll see. I definitely think we're going to see more of Alan and Nolan because, like, I mean, I still think people love fucking Omni-Man. He's a pretty iconic character at this point.
I like him personally.
He's in Mortal Kombat. Like,
he is in Mortal Kombat.
I think the person who
bought the game just for that.
I think the person who voice acts him, J.K. Simmons, is also goated in the world, period.
Yeah.
That guy's voice and him as an actor, he's an Oscar-winning actor. Like, if you ever seen the one film he did with the music kid, that's the one he got. Whiplash. Amazing film. He's fucking insane. He won an Oscar for that movie, and I saw that when it came out. He's just, his voice, the way he voice acts is insane. I would say he's on the level of like the Japanese. Like, that's how good he is, because I don't think American voice actors are typically that good, but he's actually insane the way he talks. I love when he said, Dad, how do we breathe in space? He's like, that's the thing, Mark. We don't. I was like,
I think he tilts it as the yellow M&M, by the way. Just
he is. There. So I wanted to bring this up about we were talking about Omni-Man and Alan. I had a point to make about those two. Subverting expectations. So at the end of episode 4, we find out after they escape, there's less than 50 Viltrumites left, he says. And then all these calamities start happening on Earth. All of these things that would make you say at any time now, those two are going to come back and are going to save the day. Yeah. And it reminded me of that Last of Us episode where Ellie in season 1 is in the bar or in that fucking restaurant or whatever with the cannibal dude, the cannibal pedophile dude. God. And he was also like a devout religious guy. So just to kind of give the full portrait of how heinous he was, right? Because, you know, got to remember that. But I remember thinking Joel's going to come out of nowhere. He's going to bash this fucking guy's head in when he sees he's trying to literally rape Ellie. But that doesn't happen. Ellie saves the day for herself. She stabs that guy so many times in the face and brutally murders him to defend herself from his pedophilia and all that. And like, when I was watching Invincible this season, I kept thinking, especially when Conquest was there, but if not then, with the marks, I was like, oh, Alan and Omni-Man are going to come and they're going to clean this shit up.
Yeah.
They're going to go around murdering marks.
I mean,
oh, man.
It's called Invincible, not Nolan and Alan.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's so cool, though, because I thought the same thing as Frazier. I was thinking, like, yo, Nolan's going to show up. Like, Omni-Man's going to show up, right? But that's why it would have been so cool if, like, while all the Invincibles are there, all the other marks, and the audience is sitting there thinking Omni-Man and Alan are going to show up to, like, help or save or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Conquest shows up, and he's the one that saves them, but is actually just, like, killing everybody. Like, that would have been a funny way to subvert the expectations as well. Oh, fuck. Something else I was going to say about them, but I don't remember what it was. But
then Omni-Man and Alan could come in to get Conquest out of here, and there could be like this 3-prong attack thing where it's like, oh, shit.
Man,
I remember. This isn't fully okay. It's just because you mentioned the Mortal Kombat thing. I want to say this before I forget. I hate that trailer because that trailer, if you've never seen it, there's a trailer for Mortal Kombat where they have the DLC characters, and they show Omni-Man, and then, like, Omni-Man's there. But then Homelander comes down because Homelander's in the game as well. But they bring down Homelander like he's the strongest one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the way the trailer frames it, it's that Homelander is stronger than everybody else.
Oh, okay.
And like,
little do they know.
He is not stronger than Homelander.
Homelander almost got beat by fucking Soldier Boy and a guy that just got his powers to teleport or whatever, like the main character.
Yeah, like
Y'all talked about it
sick.
forever
I love
ago.
him, but
like, and I wrote in on it. Omni-Man wouldn't even acknowledge the existence of someone like Homelander because there's just no. He can just send the fucking Immortal to handle that shit. Like,
yeah, he just.
Yeah, I think that's a suitable opponent for him. The Immortal would be a great. You guys go have at it.
Yeah.
Please leave me out of it.
Like, but oh man, dude. They so even again in the comics, right? Reading the comics, like I thought the same thing as you. Someone's gonna show up and help Mark.
Yeah.
And I'm flipping page after page. Someone's going to show up and help Mark. Somebody, for the love of God, show up and help Mark.
And then, Eve came and she had her moment. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. She's using her powers in a cool way. But yeah, no one came. Help didn't arrive.
What sucks, though, is that, like, what kind of sucks, though, is that although they did subvert your expectations and that nobody came, and at the same time, it's almost like they didn't need to subvert your expectations because nobody needed to come because Angstrom just got rid of them anyway. Yeah. It's kind of like a bit of a letdown that, like, they weren't dealt with.
No, they weren't.
At the end of the day, the marks weren't dealt with. Like, Angstrom just, like... Now, obviously, Angstrom's still alive, and those guys... So, like, the marks are going to come back at some point, but it is kind of, like, disappointing that, like, they're just not dealt with at all. And, yeah, just... It's kind of like,
I'm more annoyed that Angstrom is still alive. I cannot believe... And then they're setting up for another arc for this fucking guy. I'm like, bro, where does it end? Yeah. I'm tired of him. Like, I am so
but now
tired
he's
of him.
like under the thumb of like the mechanics or whatever the fuck their names are.
I don't even know who they are. Like, bro, if I don't care about Angstrom, you think I care about the doctors of Angstrom? Like, come on.
Some of these characters.
You think I care about his primary care doctors? Do you think I give a fuck about who fixes his teeth? I don't give a fuck. I don't even care about my own dentist. Like, what are we talking about?
Oh my god.
So some of these characters they show, right? So so it's like I said earlier, Spawn in the comics fights one of the marks. So a lot of these characters come from other titles in the Image umbrella.
Yeah.
So like Tech Jacket, I think I read the whole damn series. I don't fucking remember jack goddamn shit about Tech Jacket except that he showed up, and I was like, okay, where the fuck did this dude come from?
I feel like Rick and Carl should beat one of the marks too.
Not Rick and Carl.
Rick and Carl should like. They should like beat like Rick, Carl, and Negan should like beat a mark. Like they should just like I don't know. They should just like find a way to beat
Negan with his bat. Just like,
bang, it's a vampire bat, and then he just bashes his hand in.
So, God damn it!
I love that line. It's a vampire bat because it's like covered in blood and shit. That shit when he that scene is so good, so tense.
So I mean, I think we'll just call them the mechanics. I don't even fucking remember their names. I think the mechanics were probably from somewhere else. I don't fucking know. But I also don't give a shit about them. I think it's cool, but like, I'm kind of with you. Can we be done with this guy? He was cool, but he should have died right here.
Yeah.
This should have been Mark's turning point.
Yeah. If he was not going to die season 2, which he should have, then he shouldn't have made it another season. I kind of feel like now you're doing too much with this character. The audience, I personally don't think the audience is like in love with Angstrom leaving now. Like, I'm not.
Nah.
I don't think that people are like singing his praises. He doesn't look cool. Let's start there. The guy who voices him, though, I believe is Sterling K. Brown.
Yes.
That guy's an amazing actor because he plays in that one show that just makes you cry every episode. So I like it's something like that, though. It's like
This Is Us.
This Is Us. Yeah, he plays in that show where he was adopted, and I cried almost every other episode. I was like, I gotta stop watching this. It's bad for my mental health. But it was like turning me to a bitch. I just like I cannot keep watching this. Like I cannot be fucking crying every fucking week. Like, what? Like, this is not... I'm a man, damn it. Like, you cannot keep bringing these emotions out. I'm tired of seeing this fucking adopted black kid into the white family cry. Like, I'm crying every episode. Fuck this show.
Not the Blindside treatment.
Yeah, but Sterling K. Brown is a great actor, but I'm tired of hearing his voice in the show, so I'm over it.
That's fair.
This Is Us.
Fair.
I'm tired of it.
I need more Great Thetis. I need more Optimus Prime.
Oh, Great Thetis, the guy that ripped his beard off and he was like, you're a Viltrumite? It's like, motherfucker.
Yes,
that beard was not the thing hiding that he was a Viltrumite. I promise you that.
Okay, Alan the alien's kind of fucking stupid.
I know. I love that. I also love that he's Seth Rogen, right? I love his voice actor too.
Yes, perfect fucking
Donkey Kong. He sounds so ridiculous.
I mean, it's the same thing for Great Thetis. Like, that's the voice of Optimus Prime. That's fucking perfection.
I love that.
Right there.
The voice acting
also the voice
went
of Eeyore.
Crazy for the voice acting in this show.
What's crazy is that I'm so interested to see. Yeah, I'm just so interested to see how the story plays out. Just because, like, that guy, I assume he also knows I would assume that there's not that many Viltrums left. You know what I mean? Like because he's part of like this council. I wonder why, or maybe he did. Like, I wonder why they don't all know that there's not that many Viltrums left.
Well,
like why they haven't talked about it.
The way Nolan said it was like, that is the biggest kept secret in our entire society.
Yeah. I guess I wonder how long ago did he leave Viltrum?
Nolan?
No, not Nolan.
The other guy. The other guy. The guy who is a Viltrumite.
Yeah, that was like hiding it. I wonder how long ago he left and what secrets he is and isn't privy to, depending on how long ago he left the Empire.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever give his age.
I mean, he's definitely old. Considering how long they live, and he looks old.
Yeah, it takes a while to get to that point, because you can tell Conquest is old too. Like, he's an old man.
Oh yeah,
they're definitely old. I just don't know if they ever give his age. But that's all I'll say on that.
Yeah, yeah, you can't really say anything about.
I can't wait for where they go with season 4, because whatever that new storyline is, that seems interesting.
It's only been a year since season 2, right?
It has. They're now doing it year to year.
Good, because season 1 to 2, I think, was like a couple years.
It was 3 or 4.
Yeah,
COVID.
Yep. Yeah, so everything on that.
If it comes out every year, like I'm down with that. Like, I'm really excited for like every year another season.
They did confirm something like that.
That's going to be good. Like The Last of Us, I would like. I mean, from what I understand, there's another season after this one.
There's
I hope I don't have to wait 2 years, 3 years. I mean, if you do, you do. But I just want to.
I will say, I agree with you, Kenny. But after what they just did with episode 2 of The Last of Us season 2, like, I don't know if you stayed around after the episode to watch that little thing that HBO does where they kind of show you how they made the episode. No. You know how after Game of Thrones goes off, they like they like show you this is how we created, or like this is what went into. Bro, the production of that last episode was some literal Game of Thrones hard home episode type shit. It was Battle of the Bastards type. I was like, yo, the budget for this show, this episode had to be so many millions of dollars. Like, you could just look at that shit. It was insane. So I only say that to say, I don't know how many more epic moments.
It takes 2 years.
Only if they include more shit like that, where there's I think anything you do with a horde, because they don't use CGI for those. So those zombies, I'm just calling them zombies, the infected or whatever. They don't use CG. Those were real people. Like, the people running in that fucking snowstorm and that blizzard were humans. They were literal humans with cosmetic and prosthetics on.
It's a lot of work. I think, I mean, if it takes, I just, from my own selfishness, I want it to be a year, but if it takes a year, 2 years, it's fine. It's just that, like, I don't know if there's even a release date for, like, the Demon Slayer movie. And I think there's supposed to be, like, 2 of them.
It's coming out. The first one's coming out this year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's September. I'm, like, pretty sure it's September. Yeah.
I just feel like I've been waiting so long. Like, I just feel like, you know what I mean? Like,
I agree, and it's 3 of them, so we do have to get the ball rolling at some point.
I don't understand.
Like, I don't want to still be waiting to know the ending of Demon Slayer in like 2027.
Specifically 2027.
Like, bro, I want to, like, come on. Like, let's get this going.
Yeah. I don't understand that choice. I really don't. As somebody who is not a Demon Slayer fan, not because I don't like it, just because I never started it.
Yeah.
Even from the outside looking in, what ass backwards fuckery are you on that you said, we're not going to make any more episodes. We'll just make it all a movie.
Well, I'll tell you exactly
what the movie fucking takes.
It's this funny little thing called capitalism.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, all right. Fuck you. First of all. Second,
hey, man.
I got nothing. You're right.
That's all it is. The first Demon Slayer movie was like the biggest animated movie of all time.
Was it really?
It was crazy.
Yes, bro.
It made so much money.
It broke every record of any other thing that's been animated before. So, like, yeah, there's your answer. Mugen Train.
I bet Disney's mad.
Mugen Train did crazy numbers, like really, really, really. It was breaking every possible record you could think of. So because of that, I think that they're going to try to follow up, and because that's monetized anime. Yeah, it's hard to monetize anime. Like, they don't outside of merchandise. Merchandise is the obvious way, right? But in terms of like making the actual show and then releasing the show, people are not paying. Except maybe to a streaming service, which streaming services don't really pay much to the actual creators anyway, right? Like, there are rappers like Snoop Dogg that says he gets $40,000 a month from Spotify, which is crazy because, like, Snoop Dogg says, I have more streams than your favorite rapper's favorite rapper because I'm the biggest rapper in the world. Like, Snoop Dogg is the biggest rapper in the entire world. He is the most recognizable. He has like crazy number of streams around the world, just a global artist. And he's like, I get $40K a month. I'm gonna be completely transparent. So the fact that man is getting 40K a month, and he said it what his streams were. He's like, I get 5 billion streams or some wild shit like that, some crazy fucking number. He's like, I get this many streams, and this is how much I get a month for that. He's like, so if I'm getting that, the guy who's just trying to make it is getting literally nothing. He's getting nothing. And I say that to say streaming services fucking suck in terms of paying creators. So I think that they're just saying this might be the new way to monetize the anime industry. We might be in for a lot more of this going forward. I would not be surprised if JJK and more things just do this exact same thing when they're really popular. Only the popular anime can get away with this, though. Like, we don't have to worry about it from certain things. I'll just leave it at that. Like, certain things we don't have to worry about it from. I'm not going to call anybody out, but like, I think only the most popular shit. Okay.
I mean, you can make a sick ass Gundam movie. Gundam is sick.
They really have had could, but they won't.
Endless Waltz. I remember I watched Endless Waltz. I like that movie.
Wasn't that the last one?
But you can't. But yeah, I doing the thing and then having it like as a season ender or whatever. It's like if I'm watching Invincible and then all of a sudden like you're like, oh, you're gonna wait 7 years for this Invincible movie. I'm like, oh my.
Yeah, because I mean,
there are still people waiting on a Community movie. I don't know if you know the TV show Community.
I don't know if that's happening.
I mean, they've been saying for fucking years, oh, it's happening. Oh, it's happening. 6 seasons in a movie.
I actually think Attack on Titan has some fucking nerve because the way that show went,
final season part 1.
It premiered in 2013. Okay, it premiered in 2013. It didn't have a second season for like 4 or 5 years. Then they got to the final season and made that last 3 years. And then they were like, we're going to make this into a movie. If Attack on Titan wasn't just so well written and all that, and like animated and the sound design and all that, if it wasn't literally what it is exactly,
so good.
If it wasn't exactly what it is, Kenny, it would get so much shit. Like, it gets a pass only because it's amazing. But like, I swear to God, the way they rolled out Attack on Titan, you really look at it from the beginning, 2013 till what did it end? Till last year? Did it end last year? Like,
yeah, it ended in 2024.
Yeah, if you look at it from 2013 to 2024, that's fucking absurd.
I think so. I think it was 2024.
Yeah, I think it ended last year. Maybe it was 2023.
Oh my God. My sense of time is all sorts
Mine is too. I think he's right, though. I feel like it ended last year, but maybe it ended in 2023. Either way.
I've been through a lot. Maybe I'm just fucked on that.
Either way, 10 years.
When I got to the end of season 4, part 2 or whatever, but anyway, yeah. It was, it's great, though. But Invincible season 3 is a really entertaining show to watch. Yeah. There are some unfortunate like writing quirks that bring it down a peg. Like, I agree with Frazier. For me, like, the tier list is season 1, then 2, then 3.
Yep.
I still enjoyed it though. Like, it's not bad.
It.
It's still good, and it's still setting up. I see that they're setting up for stuff. The Martian stuff is still going to be a thing. Maybe that Egyptian mummy is.
Oh
going to be
I like him. He's funny.
I think that's the voice of like Mr. Krabs or whatever.
That shit, he's so funny when the girl like took the one person out of the casket with him, and
so they're setting up storylines. So I'm excited. Maybe like it'd be really cool because I want to be sad if I get season 4 and season 4 is like it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I'm hoping it ends up being like 1, 4, 2, 3. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
I hope
you don't want the writing to keep
right.
Being able to leapfrog over season 3 and season 2 in terms of like how much I like it.
Yeah, I agree with that because that's a good thing if it starts to like get better at some point. It shouldn't just keep going down because that's a bad thing if it just keeps going down.
Season 1 it like goes up, it peaks, and then since then it's like there's been like peaks.
Yeah.
But it's never peaked higher than season 1. It's like going down and then blip up, go, but it's trending down as it blips up.
Yeah, it definitely is
trending down. Trending back up.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly when, but I won't say which ones, but I will say some gripes will be addressed and improved upon. Others will not.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're probably just going to kick Mark's ass till the end of time.
Yep. I'll say this too. I guess this is like a gripe that I'm realizing now. It's probably one of the reasons why the season wasn't as good to me. And it's not really anything they could do about this because they just have to develop the story the way it was written and whatnot. But this season had the least amount of Omni-Man in it. And I do think that
bread and butter is Omni-Man.
Yeah, I think that character carries the show more than I realized until he wasn't in the show. Like, he's only in one episode this entire season. Last season he was in it a good chunk because there was the whole him in another planet, and then like when Mark finally meets him, he's like, Dad? And come to find out he is a child, and like then they end up fighting 2 Viltrumites and a lot of other stuff. He gets captured and it's like, you didn't do what you're supposed to do at your planet. Maybe it was 3.
all
You're
kinds
right.
of shit.
It was 3. But the point is that like Omni-Man was in multiple episodes of season 2. He's in every episode of season 1, and he's in one episode of season 3. And coincidentally, I have these seasons ranked going the same exact trajectory as how Omni-Man is present in them. And I just think that he is such a driving force that now that he is not being shown as much, like Kenny said, if season 4, they probably will show a lot more of him, I imagine. And then I also imagine I'll like it a lot more. I just think he's a fantastic character.
I think that downfall comes from the fact that they did, in fact, cast J.K. Simmons. Yeah. If it were probably any other voice, it wouldn't be... I don't think it would feel that way. I don't think he would feel like he's the driving force. But that voice, that...
Yeah, but I will say that's part of the reason why the show is so good, though, is because of him.
Yeah.
So it's like...
It's a double-edged sword.
It's a double-edged sword, because it's like, yes, this person is so good that when they're not in the show anymore, the show is kind of like, ooh, I don't know if I like this as much. Like, if this show was just Mark, the day I woke up and was reincarnated as a superhero or whatever, and his dad didn't come in until season 3, I'll be like, I don't know if I would have made it to season 3. Like, if it was a coming of age of a kid who's a boy Superman, and at 17 he got powers, but you never saw his dad because his dad, like his mom got knocked up. It's like, oh yeah, your dad left when you were a child, and I hate him and all that stuff. And then come to find out his dad's like Superman, but you don't see him until season 3. I probably wouldn't have made it through seasons 1 and 2 of this show. Like Mark is getting his ass beat for 2 seasons, and then I meet his dad in season 3. I would have been like, absolutely not. I'm good. Like,
I mean, you know, there's a Mark out there. Since we've seen other Marks, there's a Mark out there. That's his fucking story.
Yep, and that's why we don't watch it.
That's right.
That's why we don't focus on the writer knew not to focus on that Mark. We focus on the Mark that has J.K. Simmons as a dad. That's the Mark that we focus on.
You know, so they're releasing comics now how there's the Adam Eve special. There were like other tie-ins for a couple other characters where you get their origins. He's doing a Battle Beast comic. It's going to be just like a short miniseries. Yeah. And God, I really want there to be an Omni-Man comic because fuck, that would be so cool.
Yeah, I mean, they could show him going to all his little planets that he wrote his books about.
Oh yeah, that is an entire storyline in itself.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, I think we're about 2 hours in now. So, Quest, if you have anything else that you wanted to like go over before we wrap this up, bring it up now or forever hold your peace until the next Invincible season.
I gotta take up.
Battle Beast is amazing. Glad we can stop slandering Rex. Sucks that it comes at the cost of his own death, but you know what? That's my boy.
That's the thing. He was going on the upswing before he died.
Hugest upswing ever. Sticking up for Mark, becoming a good person, getting a love interest. Fuck, man, you always know.
They killed him.
Then they fucking killed him for no reason.
Took him out the game.
Anyways, other than that, I hope that we can start putting the later seasons higher up on the list of your favorites.
Me too.
Yeah, I think that'll happen. I trust that it's going to be good. Like I trust, because the show has been good so far, and it just finally had its first dip in quality to me this season. But you know, no show can really maintain. I think Invincible was batting at 100 for too long anyway.
Yeah. You
know, it's hard to be like that. Like, even my most favorite thing, like One Piece and Game of Thrones and all of that shit, right? They're not, they all at some point, there's going to be a part where I'm like, all right, Dressrosa, what is going on here? Like,
hey, look, it's better than the thing it always got compared to, and that's The Boys.
Yes.
And when I tell you it's way better, way better than The Boys.
Even close.
It is way better.
It is not even fucking close. The Boys tanked so hard last season that my one friend was like, I'm just not watching this anymore. He stopped.
I would take that opinion.
If we weren't so pot committed, right?
No, it's not even that.
No.
Like, it's just the fact that I do a podcast on it.
Oh, yeah.
Things are like, somebody asked me if I was going to watch the next season of Squid Game.
Because that is coming out soon, actually. I forgot that they cut the season and basically they cut it in half.
You're not going to watch it because you want to.
I was like, I'm going to watch it because good or bad, I get to, like, if I like it, cool. And if I don't like it, I get to talk shit on it for 2 hours. So
yeah, that's true. If
so good or bad, I'm going to watch it.
No matter what, content is content for us. So we will watch a lot of things that we don't necessarily like care for as much, but then we get the shit on it.
I'm never going to start something that I know I'm going to hate.
Right.
But if I start watching something and it ends up being trash,
like I won't ask Kenny, like, let's watch all the Star Wars movies and review all of them. Like, that would just, because that would be torture. I know that would torture him.
Don't shit on Star Wars for me.
We can do a Star Wars episode. I've seen them all. Like,
God. Yeah, I don't, but see, the thing is, secretly, I don't want to, because I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to
watch
them. I don't want to.
You don't have to watch them.
You could do.
It's not like you're missing anything.
True.
You could
just.
Whoa.
I know.
Whoa, we're not doing this. You could do a Rogue One episode because
Rogue One is
in my
amazing.
opinion, that is the best Star Wars movie far and away.
Yeah.
I don't care what that says about the rest of the franchise, but
that.
Fuck, like that is a good ass fucking movie, standalone, in universe, doesn't matter. I would definitely take a Rogue One episode. You can leave the rest of Star Wars alone, please.
Maybe. It's just it's kind of a bad franchise. It's kind of bad.
Yep.
It's only, it's kind of bad. That's it.
We'll save that for a different day. Other than that, I got nothing to say. This was a fun season for me. I really just enjoy watching the fights. Like, that's all I needed out of this. I needed the Invincible War and I needed Conquest.
Well, I'm glad that you got that, King. And I liked a lot of things about the season. I think Conquest was definitely very sadistic in a way that I've he made me uncomfortable, which is hard to do. But the whispering in the ear shit and just talking about how much he likes going around and doing what he does, he needs therapy really bad. And all they told me was that Viltrumites don't have therapists at all. Like, they just don't.
They get mad and they punch you. Like, you're going to tell them they have a problem. They're just going to cut your fucking head off.
They don't have therapists.
Put a hole in your chest.
They desperately need therapists because that man is troubled. So anyways, with that being said, guys, why don't we give a shout out to the people on our Patreon at the party member or higher tier. So we have Ready for the Arc Tempered, Nova Leo, Stand Ready for My Rival Worm, which is our boy Quest here. Xavier Swift, This Ain't God, This is Stanley Earl, the Sultan of Slot. You can get cooked in any format. Ari Reynolds, Dennis Milburn, First to Arise, Vincenzo Dallas Bailey, KJ Fairbear, Flash, Sarah Maria, Alexa Hearn, FT Campa, Trying to Get Flued Out, Gore's in My Prison Pocket, Sugal, Vicky Venomon, Elijah Barfault, Tyler Judeo, Volvi the Mega Monarch. Odin wouldn't be Odin if it wasn't boiled. Janitor 215.
Oh.
Yeah. Thomas Root, Joshua Carroll, Eric Chai, Brian Moore, This Ain't God, This is City Councilman Eric Mays, Mike and John, and then we have
Tim Bailey's Glaze Smooth Butt, Nod Win, Frozen Go Dojo, B-Dog23, Hershey Bar, Phil and Poyster, Tyler Frasher, Sasha Egger, Daniel Anderson, Deroa, Chicken Toaster Strudel, Jordan Eastman, Robert Light, Tranny Joey 182, Clanger, Pavinci, Travis Lurs, Harsh Kumar, HT19, Gregory Calmaring, Limbiscuit Jigsaw, Mike and John, Frago, Anthony Japov, Michael Zhang, Konjic, Tyler, Nails is my alias, Chris Louie, Bob Cuddy, Kevin Garcia, Teth Adam, Time Wizard 942, Kevin Garcia, and Luis Juarez.
Thank you guys so much again for your support. We really, really appreciate you guys, including everyone who subscribed to our Patreon. It really goes a long way. It's been a great year so far. Lots of content, so much content that we haven't even gotten back to. What was the show? Yu Hakusho and Dragon Ball.
Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Daima. We never even did the new season of Bleach.
Yeah, like we've been doing, and it's not like we haven't been doing new content like that's because we did Free Run, we did Soul Level every week. Bro, we've been we're on Invincible now. We did all of Free Run, all of like Soul Leveling Part 2's coming up. It's just so much shit, and we're in April. And I'm wondering, like, at what point are we going to get an opportunity to even go back to stuff that we started last year? So it's crazy how much content there is. But I am happy that instead of having the issue of we don't have anything to talk about, we actually have too much to talk about, not enough time anymore. So that's kind of where we are. But we're making our way. TV just keeps on being good. Like, it's just constantly been a lot of good shows and video games that have come out and will continue to come out. Switch 2 comes out. Pre-order goes out very soon, actually. I think like tomorrow night or something, the pre-order goes up. So, or is it tonight? I forget. But Switch 2 pre-order is coming very soon. Stuff like that. New Donkey Kong game coming out. Looks awesome. You know, I'm praying for a Smash and all that. You guys know my dreams. So with all that being said, we will catch you in the next one. Thank you so much, Quest, again, for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's always fun.
Yes, and I'm going to look for the Black Ranger t-shirt of the one that you're wearing right now.
I wonder if Hot Topic still sells them.
I can find it online, I think. I'm just going to look on Amazon.
I bought these years ago. The fact that I still fit in these is a testament.
Yeah, well, that is crazy. I will say the shirt you're wearing, so for audio listeners right now, Quest is wearing a blue Power Ranger from the original Power Rangers, I think, right? That's the original?
Yes.
Triceratops. He's wearing a blue Power Ranger t-shirt, basically. It's modeled after when, you know, transforms into the Ranger. And I love that t-shirt. Like, I genuinely love that t-shirt. Also love the color blue. But I want the black one, not only just because, like, you know, I'm black, but I also just want to say it. I also just wear a lot of black. The Asian Ranger was the yellow. So, yeah, I want the black one. So I'm gonna look for it because I will wear that t-shirt to the gym for sure. So, anywho, guys, as always, say, do the things that make you happy, including enjoying another season of Invincible. And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.